Hello everyone and welcome to Stretford Paddock and welcome to the second leg watch-along of Manchester United versus Real Sociedad in the... Where is it, Adam?
Fantastic pass.
Cheers, Adam. Yes, we are in the Europa League, second leg, 4-0 up against Real Sociedad. Who do you guys think will make the starting 11 with us having this comfortable lead? On the watch-along today is the return of Freddy Quinne. You loved him last week, so we've got him back for this week. And whilst Freddie's been doing that, he's also...
Give the team a rest. It means that Rashford doesn't have to play. It means that Fernandes doesn't have to play. It means that people like Van der Beek can play. Amad Diallo can play a large amount of the match. We can play Tuanzebe. A lot of the youngsters and give a lot of players a chance and give a lot of players their first start. I think maybe we should look at the option of having a more creative midfielder in there for during the league.
James here for Stretford Paddock. United are playing against Real Sociedad tonight in the UEFA Europa League. Strange one this. I think probably the team probably going to be heavily rotated as expected. 4-0 up from the first leg. Unless things go disastrously, then I can't see United not going through it in this tie. It's a very good opportunity this for some of the youngsters to play. I mean, there's players in the team. I mean, I would have maybe liked to see Majiri, Hannibal. I'm not sure whether he's actually going to play because he's injured, which is a shame. But plenty of other players as well. The likes of Shola as well that played in the previous game, the likes of several other players that I think are going to be on the bench. So going to be interesting to see more what team he puts out rather than the result. I think it's kind of a foregone conclusion really, and it's kind of one of those games that you don't necessarily miss having to go to. So it should be an easy win this. I think United might even lose. They can lose 1-2-0, but I think it'll be comfortable really. Be a bit like the second leg before, when that was kind of a bit of a dead rubber. So I think it's probably going to be 1-0 or 2-0 to United.
Right, match day once again, obviously 4-0 from the first leg, which puts us in the driving seat completely. I'm just hoping this round he makes a couple of changes. I do think we still need a bit of a strong team. I'd put someone like Greenwood up front to keep Rashford in. Obviously Maguire, someone like that. Maybe give Tellez another shot. But I do think he should incorporate someone who he's just brought into the squad, someone like Ethan Galbraith, who... if you've watched the youth reviews, you know I love him, and I think he's a top player who's totally underrated. So I think him in midfield, especially the fact that looks like Pogba's injured and McTominay's injured, why not use him and utilise him? And we're going to have people on the bench, so if he does struggle, which I don't think he will, why not use him? Then you can bring people off the bench if need be.
All right, lads, it's Europa League time again. Ollie's already said that Shola and Ahmed are going to be involved with this squad, but if they start, I don't know. I think they should, personally. I think they've got a lot to prove. So yeah, I think we'll see similar players with them. I think Mata might start as well. I'm looking forward to a good game. It's one, we're already through pretty much, so it'd be nice to see these players come into the squad and prove themselves. So we'll say 2-0 United. I'm still confident.
Hey everyone, Angelina here with my prediction for the Real Sociedad game. After that brilliant victory away from home, I am hoping for another brilliant victory at Old Trafford. So I am going to go for a 3-0 victory. And on the score sheet, I would really like to see Martial get a goal if he does play, because he has been inconsistent, and 2 goals for Marcus Rashford.
Ethan Galbraith apparently has been added to the squad. I would really like to see him give it a try. Yeah, just do whatever you want and play whoever you want. That's what I really want to see, and that's what I predict. Hopefully it'll happen. And yeah, I'm hoping that team can still win. So let's say all the kids play in 3-0.
My only worry is we go for too weak of a squad, a little bit too light, a little bit too imbalanced. We go 1 or 2 goals down early and then it's squeaky bum time again. So I'd like to see a mixture of first teamers and some youngsters, but a good enough team to get the job done. But in terms of prediction and scoreline, I would say I'm going to go for a 3-1 win tonight. 7-1 on aggregate, comfortably through to the last 16. Come on, the Reds.
So I'm hoping for a semi-strong team with a bit of youth in there. Maybe a couple people like Juan Mata as well for a bit of experience. I'm not saying it's going to be 4-0 like last time, but if he does do what I kind of want to do, I'm hoping for something like a 2-0. Hopefully, once I mentioned it every time now, Mason Greenwood needs a goal, so I'm hoping, yeah, he's on the score sheet. And if he plays up front, I think he can get a couple of goals in this game. So, yeah, 2-0 with Mason Greenwood to score.
Hi guys, Ellis Woods here giving my prediction for Manchester United against Real Sociedad. The tie's done. The tie is done. We spanked them 4-0 last week and we can just breeze past these tonight. I'm going to go Manchester United 2, Real Sociedad 0. Hopefully we can see Shola Shoretire and Amad Diallo in the squad. Give the youth a bit of a chance tonight and let's just get the job done. This is one step closer to that silver at the end of the season, which I know all United fans are craving. Hopefully we can get there. Up the Reds, up the Paddock.
Yes, Stretford, Paddock, K Pasta. This is cousin Sam Spanner from the United Forever podcast, and this is my score prediction against the Real Sociedad. I think that we're going to hammer them, mate. 5-0, and I think Fred's going to get a couple of goals. So he's due a goal. So I think he's going to get at least 2. A couple of banana shots are going to be fantastic. I think that probably Tony Marshall can get a hat-trick as well. So he's due to get a few more goals. So that'd be sweet. And then me and Santa Notch are going to be having a good old party online. So let's have it. Adios.
Manchester United against Real Sociedad, second leg at Old Trafford. After winning the first leg 4-0, looking very comfortable and looking set to go into the next round, United look set to fill out some debuts and a few players who deserve a chance and try and see if they can put in a performance to get into the first team. My score prediction for the game, I'm going for 2-1 Manchester United. Come on, United.
Paddock match day, Notch here. Time for the second leg of our Europa League exploits against Real Sociedad de Fútbol de San Sebastián. I loved saying that. Now, we can kind of say the tie is over. I mean, get 1 goal and it definitely is. But we should be having fun with this. Let's celebrate the country of Spain. Let's celebrate Spanish style tonight. Let's eat some paella. Let's drink some sangria. And let's chant Gol des Gols. But he's not playing. Oh, well. Well, let's predict a 2-0 win anyway. And hope we see a bit more of Shola and Ahmad. And maybe even a goal from them. Trust the Notch there.
Thanks, guys, for sending your predictions. Remember, every single Manchester United game, paddockmatchday@gmail.com. You can feature right there. Here is a clip from the podcast on Monday with Stephen Howson, Joe Smith, and that there, Andy Tate.
Yeah. Well, people are talking, Grealish is 90 million.
Tingling here.
But, again, if you look...
Swapping for Grealish.
Oh, yeah, but in all honesty...
Plus 20 million.
You're going to struggle to get... 20 million. You're going to struggle to get 30 million for Lingard. We ain't getting 30 million for Lingard, let alone Grealish swaps is. No. I think we'll get 20.
Right, at best. Right, you be Aston Villa. Okay. No, I'll be Aston Villa.
Hi,
you
Aston Villa here.
You try and buy Grealish off me.
Yo, Villa, how you doing, pal?
Right.
We were just looking. Didn't we talk to a couple of transfer windows?
Oh yeah, you found up about Jackie Grealish.
Yeah, we still really like him. We know he likes driving when COVID's happening, and he puts videos and pictures
up the M6 like.
Well, he likes putting it up the M6 as well by some of the pictures we've seen. We think because he has these difficulties. We've come up with an idea of a swap.
Swapsies, right?
Yeah, like a little funny swapsies.
Oh, you got him on, like?
Well, we've got a very good midfielder who looks like he's leaving the club.
Paul Pogba.
Similar to Paul Pogba.
Oh, right.
He's friends with Paul Pogba.
Oh, that's all right.
In terms of quality, very similar to Paul Pogba. You might have heard of him. It's Jesse Lingard.
Right.
We give you him. You give us yours.
Okay. So, how much would you be willing to pay for Jack Grealish without putting a player down?
Without putting a player down, yeah. Probably talking 7 or 8 million. Easy. And we think Lingard's worth more than that.
Right. If you'd like to buy him, we'll do it for 80.
18? It's 10 million more than we wanted.
8-0.
Oh, 8-0. That does seem a lot, doesn't it?
But if you do want to do a swap, we'll do it for 72.
Right. All right. Go on then. You can do it. You can have him.
So that was the Paddock podcast, out every single Monday. And if you like to listen to your podcasts instead of watching them, as well as watching them, whatever you want to do, click the pod follow link in the description below, where you'll be sent to your favourite podcasting service, Google, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to them, click that link below. We have had Dave Pritt in to talk about all the academy games. Here is what he had to say.
It's mad to think when he went to Watford, he started off well and it kind of petered down a bit. Where
Didn't Watford do the monthly managerial cycle?
Yeah, he's come to Nottingham Forest and they've been on fire, and everyone's saying it's down to him.
I've seen a few clips on social media of him, which looks amazing.
And he's playing a lot. They played Swansea, got beat 1-0, but he played the full 90 minutes in that. He played the full 90 minutes in a 1-0 win against Blackburn. Apparently looked amazing in that game.
That's the clip I've seen, clips from the Blackburn game. I think that's where they were comparing him to Sergio Busquets.
Oh,
which, no expectation there then.
Well, that's not really fair on Busquets when you're showing Jimmy Garner, is it?
Busquets has Jimmy Garner posters on his wall, from what I've been told.
And then, because he's played 2 games already since in a week and a couple of days, they had a third game and he came on for the last couple of minutes in a 1-0 win against Rotherham, but he'd already played 90 minutes, so he'd probably resting him.
Yeah, and I think, me and you've spoken about a few times on this podcast that when you send these kids out on loan, yes, you want them to get experience and you want them to get a good amount of experience, but you want them to be handled in the right way as well. So what you don't want to see is players who are still developing physically, are not used to playing 90 minutes of competitive football week in, week out at that level. You don't want to see them just constantly playing.
You don't want to burn them out.
No, because that defeats the object.
Like you said, there is a balance. You don't want them not playing at all.
Yeah.
And then if you burn them out, it's no good for them because they just look poor after that.
Yeah.
So that is all from me. Whether you're watching on Facebook, Twitch or YouTube, make sure you stick around. We'll be here right until the full-time whistle. We'll also have a live review as well as fan cams, as well as 7 Reasons Why, all that good stuff. So make sure you're subscribing to Stretford Paddock. Right, over to the team news.
Yes, guys, what's going on? Make sure you head over to stretfordpaddock.bigcartel.com. Check out all the new merch. Remember, members get 10% off. Go and do it now. See you later.
Yo.
All
right.
I'm good. Excited about today's game? Did you forget it was on at any point today?
Just couldn't be asked.
Being 4-0 up and not going getting smashed is a bit disappointing, isn't it? I think that's because that's what we all wanted to do, is just go full Lask mode. But that's just happening.
That was a year ago.
That was a year ago. Remember that?
No.
No, you definitely don't.
Seen videos though. Look like a laugh.
He did the old glasses thing. Everyone loved that.
Best gif anyone's ever done.
Best gif anyone's ever done. But yeah, I wasn't even here for that. Missed that.
Oh, yeah, he was in Turkey.
He was in Turkey
and
doing
flapping about whether you could come home or not.
Yeah, and yet we are 12 months later, full pandemic down,
Yeah.
loads of people died, and you still could have done.
Yeah, you could have come home all the way up until about a week ago.
Yeah, and even then you'd have been like, I need to come home, and they go.
And Boris went.
So yeah, I was like, sorry lads, I may be in Turkey for the rest of time. That'd have been nice. I've enjoyed that there. In the all-inclusive, I don't know how long the all-inclusive would have stayed going for though. I reckon they'd have cut that off quite early.
They'd have got well bored of you, lot, wouldn't
yeah.
they? Anyway.
The plan was just to bombard ourselves into the hotel rooms because you don't want to be in an airport because they're just going to leave you there.
Yeah.
They're not going to put you in. Do you want to go to the nice hotel? No. We're going to send you there.
See that couch?
Yeah, that's you. For a month.
That's where your mail will be coming.
So, no, but all's well. Lockdown is nearing the end of.
I've had a genius idea.
Uh-oh, that's really worrying.
You was upstairs when they had it. You ready? When they let us out, bang cams from the first night out.
That way. Maybe out there.
Fucking 40 metres away.
40 metres away. Do that. That'd be well good. Interviewing really, really drunk people. The good thing is, we can be one of those drunk people and get other people to film it. And
yeah, I'm not filming it.
We can be the fans doing the interview, being interviewed. Like it.
Get Jay to do it.
Get Jay to do it. See, yeah, Jay's perfect for it. Yeah. Will people go up to Jay though? Who knows?
I'm getting on the smash. It was an idea. I'm not saying I'm doing anything about it. I'm just saying there's your idea.
Is the 12th of April a Monday though?
Who gives a fuck? Honestly.
We're having Tuesday off at least, aren't we?
Well, I have Tuesday off anyway.
I know. But then we need Wednesday, Thursday.
But like, honestly, what does it matter? And you shouldn't make it a national double bank holiday or something.
The 26th.
Just encourage people to go and get fucking blasted.
By the way, in June, that needs to be a bank holiday. When it goes, right, do what you want.
The Euro starts the day after.
Yeah. Just close the country down, apart from bars. Be bad if you're a bar. I mean, you must be gutted if you've been, I really want to get back to work, and then you realise that day is back where you want to get back to work.
I've worked in a bar. That's the game of working in a bar. If you work in a good bar, you get smashed.
You get smashed, and you make a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's going to be great fun. It's going to be fun. We get to plan things now, where we can go outside and do things again. Remember that?
I remember going out.
Instead of, what can we do within these walls. We've got a team out.
Oh, who cares?
Why?
Talk about what
Why?
we're doing to smash.
Why?
Is Bruno Fernandes playing?
Bruno Fernandes is playing.
Why
and I
though?
believe he's the captain.
All right, so here's the team. Dean Henderson is in net. We've got Lindelof and Baye, and why have they done it in number order? Right, so Lindelof and Baye, let's start there. Well, I see Wan-Bissaka and I see Tellez. That would be a back four. I see Matic and Fredge.
Yep.
And I see Bruno Fernandes. That would be your midfield. And I see
Martial's.
Greenwood, Martial, and James.
Yeah.
That would be your forward line.
Yeah. So I've been told by 100 people today that Greenwood hadn't travelled, even though we live here, so he doesn't need to travel really.
Travel where?
So that's the first thing. On the bench, however, bit of a mixed bag. We've got 3 goalkeepers because that's necessary. Bishop, De Gea, and Lee Grant, who's definitely doing the ball again, isn't he?
Yeah, and Bishop was like, "Got to do what?"
We've got to be the. He might come on at half time.
I was going to watch Gogglebox.
Yeah, I thought that was on. I was going to watch the Watchalong.
Galbraith on the bench, nice to see. Ahmad, Williams, Shaw, Tuanzebe. Maguire gets a rest finally. Rashford on the anniversary, the 5th anniversary of his debut. What a 5 years he's had, by the way.
Maybe it's a Martial injury in the warm-up. Ahmad to come on. Imagine that. That'd be freaky, wouldn't it?
Freaky.
It's not going to happen, though.
No.
Yeah, so why the fuck Bruno Fernandes is playing?
Yeah. Let's
again,
play Fernandes.
I seen a tweet today from our friend Pundit J, who put out, he went, I reckon Bruno Fernandes is phone Oli and go, I'll still play. Just put me in the team. I don't give a fuck.
Right, but that you shouldn't. This is where a manager has to be the manager and not everyone's mate and just go, I need you against other games. Or teams, I guess.
Teams. Be fine. He'll come off early. He's gone for it there, though, hasn't he?
What was that tweet there? Peter Crouch, don't make me wear the mask.
That was a what's something you can say during a pandemic and also during sex? And Peter Crouch put, please don't make me wear the mask. It's early for that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite early for that. Do we have the Sociedad team? Not that we can remember anything. Do you remember any of the players that played last week? I know David Silva was there. Centre forward, Swedish lad. That if it wasn't for Eric Bailly, would have been miles ahead through.
Why are you pretending we give a fuck about the Sociedad team? We're 4-0 up.
Well, I want to see, we've put a strong team out again. Whether they've just gone, what's the fucking point? Just
the
play
thing
the
is,
kids
if United
again.
score in the first half an hour, they might just go home.
Can they do that, like, legally? Can they just go, right, lads, we've done it? Do you reckon they get fined by UEFA?
You might get fined. You'd be an abandoned game, so after a certain period, the result would stand.
Yeah.
And before that, they might give you like a 2-0 walkover that you usually get, Joe, for stuff like that. I'm not coming out. Come out.
I'm done.
I don't wanna.
Done.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Bollocks.
Interesting, no matter in the squad. I do think he's injured, I think. Or he's just getting
I went with like a fully rotated side. I went with Henderson in there, Williams and Tellez, Baye and Tuanzebe. I went with Matic alongside Galbraith, with Mata in a 10, Greenwood, James and Martial. That's what I went with.
Yeah, I don't like that. But at the same time, I think he wants to... I don't know what he wants to do. 4-0 up, what the fuck? I don't think he's got players at the minute.
What are you doing, Brett?
I don't think he's got the players. I think like...
He has got the players. I just named you 11.
All right.
Why? Why not give Tuanzebe, because he plays... Not Tuanzebe, so... Wan-Bissaka.
Maybe it's because we've been a bit shit and he kind of wants to go...
Well, get some wins under our belt.
Get some wins. Go and score some goals, lads.
Oh, but no one cares if we win tonight.
Bruno wants
we just don't need to lose 5-0 tonight.
I said it at the weekend. Bruno loves a stat. Bruno loves some goals. He wants to be top goal scorer in everything he's ever played. He wants to be top assister. Bruno just wants all that. He wants fucking golden boots. He wants all that kind of shit. But he doesn't relax.
But it doesn't. Not all this shit don't matter. We have to win the Premier League eventually. So work on that. See you at weekend against Chelsea. Because that's a fucking great game.
That is a right game. Yeah.
Honestly, like, play out a fucking snooze fest 0-0 tonight. Who gives a fuck? We're in the hat. Doesn't matter. Behave yourself.
Yeah.
Or throw the kids on and say, lads, if you smash it, go fucking obliterate them. And there might be some space on the bench because I'm going to have to rotate at some point. Maybe.
Maybe.
Because he's not
I don't think
so
he'd gone
far.
full kid. I don't think he'd gone full Astana second after that.
Why not? He did in the Astana.
Yeah, but that really didn't matter. We were through, and you couldn't lose.
And we still only lost 2-1.
I know, but you can lose tonight still. It's very, 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 very unlikely. But anyway, Andrew Rafferty with the super chat.
Hi, Andrew.
If Juan, Tuanzebe, Williams, or Diallo aren't starting this game, then what game this season will they start?
Well, they're not.
They're not, which I'm guessing is what he means. If they're not starting this game, what are they starting?
They're not.
They're not. And that's the thing. Diallo's not going to do that.
And Shola wasn't going to start for anyone that wanted to throw that in.
He's 17.
You're off your fucking tits if you think he was starting.
Peter Kelly, you reckon Ahmad and Shola get a half if it's a couple up at half time? I reckon so.
Yeah,
I think it's
there's
half.
a good chance of that. I think if we go and score, and maybe this is his game plan.
Yeah.
He goes, "How's about, lads? We're 2-0 up after half an hour, and at half time I'll make 4 changes, and you can have a bit of a rest."
He's got, that's the thing, 5 subs as well. You could literally bring Bruno off after 25 minutes a day. Yeah. Score a goal and go, right, Bruno.
How cool would that be?
You're done. Cheers, mate. Thanks for that.
How cool would that be? Bruno gets his standard goal and assist from the spot, right? And then 22 minutes are on the clock, and he's like, right, let's have it. And Bruno's like laughing like mint.
That's it. That's all.
Because you know if that happens, that they already discussed it. Get 2-0 up and then come off. Hopefully you've scored. And he's like, yeah.
There's probably
sweet.
that. There's probably a thing that once we're 2-0 up or half time comes, you're coming off.
Well, I'd hope so, because what's the fucking point? Honestly, we've got all these players that you can see need a break and need a rest, and let's just play them in games that you... We're not going to lose 5-0 here. We're not.
We're not.
We're not. Click me up. I don't give a fuck. We're not losing 5-0 here. And I'm going home if we do.
You're going home anyway.
Right.
Is that the plan after we finish work, to go home?
Why have you got to bring it facts into
Logic
this?
and stuff into it.
Dick.
Jacob OC saying, wish we changed formation. I don't. That's not going to happen. 4-2-3-1. That's it. That's what's
I
happening.
think that's the only notepad he's got. He's got the
got
spots
that.
already sort of filled in.
Yeah. It's like he tries to write there, it just doesn't happen. No chance. 4-2-3-1 is
I'll
the
have to
plan.
get on Amazon see if there's a 3-5-2-1.
Wish Ahmad is playing the right for at least 45. Completely agree. I'm hoping he gets on. People asking why the Dolphins shirt. I liked it.
Fucks fish.
I don't. Don't fuck fish.
No.
Live near there.
Just like.
And went fuck it. And I can't
like
be a
fish sticks.
Buccaneers fan, can I?
You like fish sticks, don't you? Like them in your mouth.
Gaz, moving swiftly on. Gaz has said, got a Salford honey rum bottle for this epic game.
Have you?
I
Because
want to try
that
one.
shit sold out instantly.
Sold out.
2 batches sold out. Pre-order.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
Why didn't we get one?
We have got one. It's not here yet. It'll be here soon. Because they text me. I don't remember giving them my number, but they text me and was like, would you like some? I was like, would I? So we got some coming. Looks the bollocks though, doesn't it?
The bottle itself looks pretty cool. It's well done there. It wasn't like the maddest design change, like we're going to make it black and orange.
No, it's like a copper sort of shiny thing on a black
but
bottle.
they've done well. They've done very, very
Feeling
well.
it.
Is Van der Beek really injured? What do you reckon?
All right, let's play the game. No, he's an alien and his arm fell off. So he's like having a new arm made.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Don't expect me to be serious tonight.
No.
What the fuck? 4-0 up?
I don't know.
Played a real team.
What's the
We're playing
best? There we go. Here's some proper questions for you.
Here we go.
What's the best mixer with rum that isn't Coke?
Pineapple juice.
Pineapple juice, really? Okay. I tried one of them fancy fucking Coke things over when we were doing rum
Couldn't
every
taste
weekend.
the difference, mate.
There wasn't that much. There's like a bit of a smoke. It was like, what's all that? Did
Yeah,
that
pineapple juice.
Tex-Mex Cherry goes well with cheap rums. Do
Pineapple
that.
juice is
Don't
the
put
one.
it. Don't put this in nice rum.
Best when you get a good pineapple juice, so it's like a bit syrupy and a bit
People
thick.
say ginger ale, good shot. I had some ginger ale in that. That's what.
One of the rum bouillon ones that I've got has got ginger in it, so I could see how that would work, because that's nice.
Yeah. Someone said pineapple juice and coconut milk. Sounds like I'm going to throw up after drinking that. That sounds all right for one. Can't have 12 though, can you? With coconut milk in it.
Let's find out.
No. Favourite Stone Roses song, Steve?
I like playing Where Angels Play, and I don't really know why, but it's Waterfall, let's be real.
It is.
Shit sounds like it was made this morning.
And it's bang on. And it also just, it's brilliant. It's quality. Ginger ale, hands down, everyone's saying Mountain Dew. You tried Mountain Dew with
No.
rum? No, we'll try that. That's basically a pina colada, mate. Yeah, you can't have fucking 40 of them, can you? You can try, but you're going to be sick at some point. It's going to happen. Cranberry juice with everything. No. Never got on the vodka cranberry thing. That's weird, that, isn't it?
What you all going to be drinking when they let us out? Because what's the crack? So 12th of April.
We can go out there.
So you can drink outdoors?
Yeah. So it best be
so
fucking
why is
sunny.
everyone talking about June 21st?
Because then you can go and fucking lick people's faces. So that is, you can literally do what the...
But so we can get on a smash? Like
we have
in
to
6
do
weeks?
In groups of 6. And like, we have
Oh,
to
like
make sure
last time when we took the footy team out and we just sat on different tables?
Yeah, pretty much.
Sweet.
So we can do that. That's going to be... They've put out... I'm not even going to read the team. It's the same kind of team.
Show me.
There you go. Actually, no. Mendy's not playing.
Show me. Yeah, I predicted Mendy starting the 6. Monreal's not starting either. Other than that, it's kind of the same team.
Kind of the same team?
It's more or less the same team.
Thank you.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Because I guess it's April 2nd. We can meet in groups of 6 and get on the twist.
Get on the twist. We've got loads of plans for getting pissed, haven't we, already? In different locations, different styles, different events.
Oh, I'm going to get minging.
It's going to be great fun. You've seen the Euro story that it might be just completely in England. Mint. Can't wait for that. And to be honest, that is the safest thing to do. It makes more sense. Because imagine going to... Because they've kind of said June 21st, which is near the start of it anyway. It's not a coincidence that the Euro starts the day after, by the way. There's not a fucking... Boris has definitely gone near the date. 21st June. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Because, number one, no one's going into work. Football's on. All the bars will be open. They'll all be full.
Do you know what?
No
in
one
a mad
cares.
way, I sort of just about remember Euro 96. I was like 12 or something. And I reckon... Seeing what it's like for other World Cups that are well supported, like ones that are good times. The Russia one, a lot of people got on a smash for that.
Yep.
2006 Germany one, good time, people got on a smash for that. I reckon that you put the Euros in England after we've not been able to go to football for a yeehaw.
And then
right?
the thing is as well, they can just let's just say, yeah, none of you cunts are coming in, by the way. It's just going to be the fucking English you can go to. Just if you're here, you can go. I don't know. Are they going to open the borders and just let fucking thousands of fans come in?
I wouldn't put it past them.
They're probably going to do it, aren't they?
But I also think that either way, it's about getting to the fan parks, it's about getting to the boozer, and it's about getting twisted.
Yeah, this is the thing. There's too much infrastructure.
From England's point of view, from a UK point of view, if you want to fucking restart the economy again, that's how you do it.
Yeah, because the thing
so
is...
if the government have to buy that, bribe that almost, do it.
Yeah, and I think that if we get that, if the thing gets ticked off where they go, the Euros is going to be exclusively in the UK, that's it. That date of the 21st...
We'd have the Etihad and Old Trafford.
That date of the 21st, we'll get stuck to because they're going to go. That's it. That kickstarts tourism. Everything.
Well, they said all adults are getting the jab come July, didn't they? That's also not a coincidence. They could accelerate that. So the European Union or the European countries, UEFA might say, right, well, if you're doing that, you need to have vaccinated like 80% of your population. That's when you're going to be queuing up outside Asda at 3 a.m. to get your jab because they'll go, right, we're 24-hour jabbing now.
Yep.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Shane Gibbons, reckon we'll see Ethan Galbraith today?
Yeah.
I think so. I think it depends on the score. I think if we get a couple of goals. Has Steve ever tried pineapple grenade rum? 65%.
No.
No. He will be doing. No. He'll be Googling that as we think. As soon as we get out of this bit, that'll be on his list.
Is it on Amazon?
Rune has said, let's have one last rundown in March then. Peace and love from Norway and SPFC Norway.
Yeah, do it.
We've already got one planned, haven't we?
We're doing Paddy's Day.
We are doing Paddy's Day. Can you drink Guinness? A lot of it. Cans.
No, I'm having Nigerian Guinness.
Okay.
So it's the Guinness foreign export. So I think they've got a license to brew it in Nigeria. And it's either 7.5% or 12.5%.
What else have we got?
And it's nice. It doesn't fully taste like Guinness. It's got a different kind of flavour going. It's a bit sweeter.
Joel's, is that the team? Yeah, that's the team for today's game. I know you're all
That's
shocked.
the team.
I know you're all shocked. What the fuck?
Are we winning or are we losing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're winning. No idea.
Steve, has Paddock's lead been null and voided?
No, it has not, my friend. And check Rooney this one. Do I know if we can play out the stadium yet? No, I don't. Do I know if we've even got a stadium yet? No, I don't. Do I know that if we do have the stadium and we are allowed to play in it, can you come and watch us? No, I don't have a fucking clue. These are questions that I am finding the answers for over the next couple of weeks. Here's how it's going to go down, though. March 29th, we're allowed back. We're training that night. You fuckers better get ready because you're playing 11-a-side that night. And it'll be a bit like murder ball.
I'm not.
On the Wednesday, there might be a fixture. And if there's not a fixture, you're playing fucking 11-a-side again. But I do think our first game is probably going to be April the 3rd. So the lads are working out. We've got a little group where they're all doing like intensity workouts at home.
And I'm on fucking Paddock weight loss challenge anyway, so I've got to keep running. Cam's trying to outrun some McFlurries and all that kind of stuff. So all's going well. What else do we have in here? I see a good comment I've got. Joel Zapster, where are you from? Because you've said bars are open here, but they're so distant that they are wank.
Yeah, they are wank, but you can still get smashed kind of with your mates, so fuck it.
It was
like it was in the summer.
All right.
But in the summer, right, there was like, right, you can only sit on tables of 6. So we're sitting here, because we went out, didn't we? We went out and we experienced it. And around the corner, yeah, right? I'm sitting here like this. I'm having a drink. And I am touching the guy behind me. And I'm like, how's this distance?
I've got to be distanced to this guy here, but the guy behind me, no, he's fucking
he can rub his arse cheeks up my back. So it didn't really make a lot of sense, but we rolled with it. And it was table service only, which is all right. It's actually fucking great. And they all had apps. So you would just sit there, or I would just sit there, and I'd be like, can I get 18 rum and cokes, please? And people were like, oh, have you got us around? And I was like, what?
No.
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 Oh,
No.
did you want a drink?
Yeah. It's going to be fine. It's going to be, as soon as we get that on, 12th of April, fan cams outside of it, steaming, great fun. What else do we have? What's the lineup? It's there. Right.
Pay fucking attention!
Right
Jesus!
There. Right there.
Why are you asked? We're 4-0 up. Me and Alex are playing.
Maybe not. Oliver Lewis has said, had my first jab today, bring on the pubs. When are you getting yours? Do you know? What have they told you kind of when?
I'm 37, not 57.
Just double checking. You're not in the same bracket as me then, are you?
Yeah.
Cam's not.
I know.
Cam's not.
He's special.
He's got his. You've got his today. Is it today?
He's been.
Tuesday. He's been. Cam's been.
Joe's been.
Cam's been. Joe's been. Jay must be. He's not old enough either.
No, he's not old enough either.
He's not old enough yet. But no. No good. Dave Pritt's up for Booze Cam. He's coming out.
Booze Cam.
Sounds good. What a great idea.
Booze Cam.
Just need someone that... Can we put it on our channel? Yeah, of course we can. Put it right here.
Members video.
There you go. Or elsewhere. What else have we got? Alex, mate, your cap peak is too long. Well, it's happening. If anyone wants to send me some hats, you can do. DM me. I need some hats because I'm not getting a haircut until everything opens. I've already got
and
my
you're not getting a haircut first
April.
day back. Are you going to the barber when he ain't cut hair for 4 months? Are you fucking mad? You've got to let him get the muscle memory back. Give it a week. You've gone 4 months, mate. Go another week because you don't want to get a fucked up cut. Let him get a bit of fucking muscle memory back in there.
I'm already booked in 10 o'clock, 13th of April.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah. What, so the first night he's allowed out drinking, you're first in the chair the next day? Good luck, you might as well shave your hair now.
Nice, I'll do it all right. Wank team. It's not that bad.
Wank team?
Is that us or them? Because that's all right, considering.
I think it's
That's
too
better.
good.
It's too good. It's too good.
It's too good, if anything.
It's too good. Have you ever said that about Man United team before? No. It's too good, that.
No. It's too good for being 4-0 up.
It is.
And they've half
Absolutely
rotated.
is. They don't care either. They know that this
Mate,
can happen.
if it goes 1-0 in the first 10 minutes, just fuck it off. They don't want to play another 80. Get back on a plane. But it's warm in Spain now.
Yeah.
Northern Spain, not the warmest though.
But they're in Turin. They played in Turin. Why was that? What? I don't get that. I still don't
Because they're not
understand.
letting British people go to Spain. It's a fucking great move, if you ask me.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't get it though. They're not exactly going out and about, are they? Not going to the fucking local restaurants and shit.
There's not a point, is it?
Yeah. They don't have to see anyone. They go from a plane to a bus, back to a hotel,
You've still
play
got
football.
Baggage handlers are taking their luggage off planes and stuff like that.
It's not going to fucking give you coronavirus. Pick up a bag.
Well, you never know.
It's never happening.
Well, you never know.
Which Prem team is most like the Dolphins, Alex? Southampton. Pretty standardly shit. Not
We
that
shit
good.
the Dolphins.
Yeah, they have a little bit
But
of...
aren't they a team that's got like great like brand awareness?
Maybe. I think there's a bit of that. They have little spikes in form now and again, and then they usually go back to being
Can I say
shit.
West Ham?
Maybe West Ham.
Because they think they're mint, but they're fucking shy. They've
Also,
been
in a
shy for
decent,
years.
like Southampton's not a great location. It was still by the beach. That's mainly the other thing, coastal Southampton. But apart from that, I also don't really watch much of it and just like the jumper, to be honest. I'm not like a turbo Green Bay Packers fan like
Like
you
me.
are. Yeah,
This
yeah.
has been like 3.5 weeks now.
3.5
I've
weeks
been
now.
like dyed in a wall,
Yeah,
hardcore
exactly.
Green Bay Packers fan.
Exactly.
I even know one of the players.
Exactly.
Names.
What else have we got? No trust in Williams. That's a bit right back. Wan-Bissaka playing again.
Matic playing again. Fredge playing again.
Got to play.
Hence why I had a fucking issue with being 4-0 up and playing that team.
Yeah. But what are you going to do about it? Let's talk about
No,
things that...
is what I'm going to do. Or just, I don't care about the game. Let's talk about going on the piss. That excites me.
Do you think Ollie's relationship with Haaland is something or nothing?
I think there's something.
Something there. But I just think that that Raiola problem's quite a big problem.
Yep.
I think that, considering that Ollie said...
I
he's
also
a bit of a
didn't like
bellend.
that United sort of let the feelers out of the bag yesterday. Like, oh, we're not paying 100 million for someone. You're like, here we go.
They're just not good at it. They're not good at this, like, flirting with players, are they? They're not good at it. We kind of like them, we kind of don't.
I think
Don't wanna play
United
it.
like the chase, me. I think United love the press clicks about the chase rather than just go and getting it fucking done.
I definitely think there's something in that. I think there's something in the fact that there's engagement on every single tweet when you've not signed Jadon Sancho all summer. That is something there.
That's funny, because they do fucking pipe themselves off about the engagement that they get across
think there's
social
something
media.
there.
But how much of it is fucking going sign X, announce X? Because there's a lot of that on United.
A lot of
socials
that,
as well.
and I think that's maybe...
Can't count that as engagement.
But that might be the reason why, is that build-up to the top going, there's the signing, is bigger when it takes a month.
It's bollocks, though,
Or
innit?
takes a transfer window.
Here's where they fuck it up, because the football's meant to come first. Because guess what? Do you know how much engagement there would be on a here's our 21st title photograph? Loads, you dicks.
But that's not as easy as they think. That's not
But
as
it
easy
is, though. It's easier
for
than...
them. I know that, you know that. But they know that they just sign someone now and again.
Being fucking competent at our jobs. I'm not saying you'll go on and win another 13 titles in 20 odd years like Fergie did, but you can pick up a fucking league title in 10 years. You can do.
Freddie Quinne.
You can absolutely do that. So do that. Appoint competent people in jobs that have got real fucking power. Not pretend to people that there's a real job here, but there's not a real fucking job here, like you've tried to do with the director of football stuff.
Callum, can you get Freddie, please? He's at the front. Freddie Quinne.
Give them a real job, give them a real scope, give them real fucking responsibility, give them all the tools they need to be making the fucking decisions. How much did Dortmund sign Haaland and Sancho for? 25 fucking million pounds. We probably paid more than that for Sanchez's wages when he's not played for us.
Probably.
Ridiculous. You can't tell me there's not fucking bargains out there, Alex, because there's bargains out there. There's real good footballers to be had. And do you know what? Jude Bellingham might not have been one of them. Because it was like 40 million they wanted for him. You go, cool, go fuck yourself, right?
No, I think
because it was after the same sort of price if they went down for Jack Grealish. But there's all sorts of other players. Don't buy from the Prem. Or, like Rio was saying, listen to when Rio goes, this kid's the next me, right? In Ben Godfrey. 12 million is available for. Rio's his agent. Do you think Rio would work with United?
Yeah.
He would, right? £12 million is what Norwich want for him. Sign him. They went, no thanks, we'll rather spend fucking 7 times that on Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
12 million, it's worth...
I know that.
We spent that on fucking a non-league player in Chris Smalling 10 years ago. £12 million. Do we pay the same for Dan James? It's worth a fucking risk.
It is. And I think
because if one failed for everyone that worked, your fucking quid's in still.
I think there's been a little bit of a shift towards that a bit more. I think that the worth... I know this sounds mad. I think Donny van der Beek is more in that risk. I know it sounds mad, 45 million, but I think that was... We've scouted him, obviously, we've done all that, but we don't need him right now. But he's very good. And he says, Van der Sar, who we worked before, said he's very good. We can get him now.
I wonder if that was...
And got it done.
laying a bit of ground for a future transfer somewhere off Ajax or a link up with Ajax.
Maybe it is. Maybe there's something there. Rune's also put, thought of the fact that Ollie wants the boys to leave this game with a huge win and bring momentum into Chelsea on Sunday. I think that's on his mind. I think there's definitely something in momentum.
Maybe.
For this. I think for how bad we've been, this would put us 3 wins on the spin. I think that's important for United at the minute, considering how poor we have been across the board. Freddy's here.
Got a dick out and all.
He's had a shave. Not a full shave. He's had a trim.
Just, must be Manscaped that around the old...
What else do we have? Full strength. Well, not full strength, but it's not far off.
How'd you get it to look like a tash around the top there? No, man. Like a handle? No, man.
Someone actually just asked there, McLaren says, are you not scared of being cancelled because of Freddy? No. He's allowed to say things like that. He's a comedian. That's what he's here for.
I've been on 6 years.
You've not been cancelled yet. You've done well.
More than once, anyway.
More than once. That's why Freddy's here. Got to toe the line a little bit. Fernandez starting, bad crack. I agree.
Yeah.
Alex, you missed a super chat, did I? Stephen Howson for United manager.
No,
that's why I missed it.
I'm busy at the minute.
That's why I missed it. Because of that. What else?
Got to leave Paddock FC to glory at level 14 first. Joe, our trophy is wooden. Just saying.
I'd say the worst. I've
like
not read that.
It's a shield.
Mate, 4-day golf event, finished second, heart and soul into this event. What did he win for coming second? Block of cheese, mate.
Man, what a shit prize.
First place got...
40 grand.
No, it was an amateur event. He still got a 500 quid voucher. This lad got cheese.
Cheese.
Devastated.
Shit.
Devastated. Super
What
chat.
are we going to do with this?
From Stefan. Thank you very much. Disappointed not to see Diallo from the start. Also getting sick of Martial excuses. He's not in a bad set of form. He's been like this for seasons. It is only more noticeable now when we have Cavani.
If he ends this season, I can't remember what the working out was, but if he ends this season on 8, his average across the 5 seasons he's been here is 13. It's one good season and a lot of pretty ordinary ones. When you look at some of the stuff that he's doing off the ball, it's just not good enough. People are making fucking threads of his link-up play. Link-up play is meant to be early balls, things that are a little bit risky and a little bit exciting. Not static passes 5 yard away. That's not link-up play. That's possession. Like, there's a difference.
Yeah.
Passing it back to the fucking defence is not link-up play, brother. It's possession. Especially when it's a fucking bounce pass, 40 yard. What the fuck are you doing?
Do you want some funny news?
No, I'm trying to have a rant about fucking Martial.
Are you sure?
Go on,
some funny news. Arsenal won, Benfica 2.
They're so shit. Why are they so bad?
That's away goals as well. So if Arsenal score, they have to score 2 now. It's funny.
But didn't Arteta say they were winning this?
I don't know, but this isn't necessarily.
That's where you get the Champions League. We'll just win the Europa League, like.
Yeah. That makes sense when you're like a 5th or 6th best team in the Premier League, but when you're 11th, you ain't winning the Europa League, mate.
Banter.
Mark Scholes. Fred is like Fellaini. Everyone's keeps saying he does a job. He does this job poorly. I'd take Axel as a DM at this point.
Axel as a DM was very good for that one game he played there in the first team.
One game. Got to say how he does.
He was meant.
But he's a centre half.
He is.
He's built like a centre half. Plays like a centre half. Looks like a centre half. He is a centre half.
I think he needs a run of games at centre half.
He needs a run of games where he's not been injured as well and plays well. There's something there, and you can't do that when United are doing well.
Speaking of players that are fucking permanently injured, but not at the moment. Ethan Laird got an assist last night.
Ooh. He could be good.
He is fucking good.
No, but he could be good and come back to us and play next season's right back.
I think he's gone.
Do you think he's just going to burn Wan-Bissaka out? Do you think that's why he's playing every week? Just say, you need to keep running, because you've got someone coming back next season who's going to take your spot.
I told him to get some shots off as well.
He's shot some
well,
as well.
He put the video on his Instagram, and I messaged him saying that's a funny looking shot. Who scored? Who did he cross it for?
Don't know.
No.
Will Grigg's on
Real
fire.
Grigg. That's who he crossed it for.
He's done well, Brandon. He's done well branding fires, hasn't he? Will Grigg. I sang that in America. People got well. Load of us singing that. Why are they singing about this Will Grigg lad?
Who's Will and Grigg? Greg?
No
Greg.
idea who he was. Fucking
that's who he crossed
brilliant.
it for. But yeah, I've said go fucking score, man.
He needs to score some goals.
Yeah.
What time's kick-off? Everyone's saying.
Who fucking cares?
It's 8 o'clock, so 45 minutes from now. We'll have you'll have Jay Motti, Freddy Quinne.
Who's about to get locked out the back, by the way.
About to get locked out because he won't know the code. And who's the other lad? The lad with the long hair who can't lose any weight. Joe Smith, that's the
Fatty
one.
Joe.
I'm not calling Fatty Joe.
I called him
Gonna
Fatty
leave
Joe.
you to call him Fatty Joe.
Got on the scales this morning. £15 down.
What about this afternoon though?
£10 down.
No, say it again.
It's £10.
It was 7 a minute ago.
Oh, that was after I'd eaten.
There's going to be. Oh, by the way,
Wasn't
heard
7
something
anyway,
as
it
well
was 8.
on the weight loss challenge for Tom Segura and Bill Kreischer.
Bill Kreischer. Brandt Crystals.
They made him weigh in twice, Saturday and the Sunday. I think we should do that as well. So no.
Can't
weight
change
cutting.
the rules halfway through.
You can.
No, you can't.
And you can.
No, you
You
can't.
can.
No, you can't.
So you can't do some kind of weight cut and die.
I can't.
I'll speak to Joe about it. I reckon we could change the rules.
Fuck you. You can't change the rules halfway through it.
You
Odds
can.
have been... right, this is a true story, right? Joe's lady friend works at a very big, well-known bookmakers, and Joe used his influence with his lady friend to get some official odds through the bookmaker. Now, you can't put a bet on it through the bookmaker, but he actually got them to give us the odds. Stevie O's 3-1. After Joe put me at what? Like 10-1 did he at first?
Yeah. Cam's 2-1. Patterson's the one. Patterson's the sneaky one. Because he's actually exercising a lot. Joe won't do it. He's eating avocados now thinking he's winning, but that's not going to happen.
But wind him up in the chat because he's cranky as fuck.
He's so moody.
He's so moody, yeah.
Because he's not eating enough and he's like getting used to things.
And you'd think he'd be jolly because fat people are meant to be jolly.
Because he's not eating enough, he's getting dead angry at everything.
Proper angry. Look at his
all
face
sorts
there
of
now.
stuff.
He's
All
fuming.
sorts of stuff going
Freddie,
on.
don't talk to him about his weight. He's sensitive as fuck.
He really is.
Yeah. He's well cranky.
Did you ask him why he's eating rice? That was the question, yeah.
Yeah, well, he looks like a hipster anyway, and he came to the door with an avocado and some lentils. And I was like...
Can they hear this, what he's saying?
Yeah. Fucking
avocado and lentils, and he's still fat.
He's going to lose as well. Well, it's going to really annoy me.
The other day, it's like I said to him, I had a pounder burger, a £1 burger the other day, and I've been, up until a few days ago, I've been drinking every day, because what I'm trying to do, not necessarily lose any weight, I'm trying to break Joe. That's all I'm here for. I'm trying to wind Joe up so much, make him go so fucking hard on this weight loss challenge, that he fucking collapses and crumbles. That's my only role in this.
Because he's not started doing
Like I said,
that
I'm
loads yet.
£15 down. I've even tried. I've had 2 pizzas this week. I had a Five Guys for dinner.
Yeah,
I ain't even trying. I have a secret weapon, you see.
Does have a secret weapon. It's the percentage thing, isn't it?
It's half that.
It's half that. There's that. It'll be interesting to see. There might be a dark horse. Vinay.
Joe isn't a dark horse. He's a very pale horse at the moment.
Very pale horse. Who's malnourished is the words.
Like one of Mickey Quinn's horses, but not losing any weight.
Vinay has put a super chat in. Thank you very much. Ethan Laird assist was gorgeous. Looks like a winger while attacking. How is he defensively?
Mint. He's played centre half and fullback. He's got a very good 1-to-1. He's also absolutely rapid, which always helps. He's got great defensive fundamentals.
I missed Jackson.
And he's very strong.
So Jack's putting a super chat saying starting Bruno is beyond stupid. Can he understand?
Yeah, so.
I think it's Bruno. Just go in.
Right, well, that's not on,
much.
man. You need a manager that can
No,
go, how about I'm in charge. Yeah. You're having a night off.
Janine's asking why you're having Five Guys.
Because that was my dinner.
Dinner number 1?
No, I've got a salad still, because that's what I'm having today. Right. But I'm also having a Five Guys.
Bruno wants a stat pad. I do.
Double cheeseburger.
Really annoying Joe.
What?
Really annoying Joe. And probably Janine as well by doing that. because she's trying it.
She's on the list as well.
She's on the list as well. Funny. Well, funny. What else
Told
do
you,
we have?
I'm only here to break people. I got bullied into this.
You did get bullied into it.
So
Cam's not going to get broken.
you want me to play the game?
Except-
I'm playing the game, but I'm playing it for me.
Cam's not going to get broken because he's just running again.
Yeah. Running like he's called Cam Kiptanui.
Yeah, he loves a run. And he eats Magnum ice creams.
Yeah.
Not in the shower yet. Fucking Magnum's in the shower. What else do we have? I've ordered Caribbean food because I can't be asked. Are you a fan of Caribbean food?
Who's that?
That was Stephen. Different Stephen.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Caribbean food.
Good fun.
I'll tell you what the wife used to do. She's slacked off a little bit lately. I know she is. She used to do a real good jerk chicken with pineapple juice, actually. Do that again.
Something. Have a quick look. Someone's just asked me to look at something.
Look at something?
Yeah. On this might be wrong, so I'm not going to read out because it could be something bad.
Oh.
Regan Grimes is literally Howson but ripped. Let's have a look. Don't say you've got a beard. And he's had a haircut, which you've not either. So,
Well, twist the knife while you're at it.
no. So
Hey, welcome if you're watching us on Twitch. Welcome if you're watching us on Facebook. Then, all right, if you're watching us on YouTube.
yeah, it's the normal crowd.
So no, well, it's a crowd.
It's a crowd.
Not about
It's
normal.
a crowd.
But if you are watching us on Twitch, you can do things like look at other apps.
That is Twitch is good for that, by the way, isn't it? Twitch is very, very
So if
good.
you're thinking, do you know what? Wouldn't mind getting on a Deliveroo or a Just Eat because none of them sponsor us.
And you
so
don't miss-
use whichever fucking one you want.
You don't miss this.
Yeah, you can do whatever. Or Uber Eats.
Or Uber Eats. If you want to send a message to someone saying, what the fuck are you doing? You can do that now.
Joel's just messaged in our chat saying, my club is ruined. Funny though, isn't it? Joel's an Arsenal fan.
So they're out, aren't they? It must be 3-1 now,
Yep.
surely, for him to put
Oh,
that
what's
in.
that one now?
Rob McCarthy, thank you very much for super chat. Name a food/dish that describes each United player. I'm going to do each, but let's pick a select few.
Give me the player, I'll tell you the dish.
We'll go for Marcus Rashford.
Marcus Rashford is a lean bit of chicken, grilled.
Oh, Arsenal scored.
It's got a lot of flavour going on, but there's not a lot of fat on it because he's well skinny in it. But it is good.
Yeah. Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire.
Cottage pie in it. Fucking just straight down the middle, does the job. Not a good for you though.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, and I'm with you.
Yeah. Well, what else we got now? Luke Shaw.
No comment.
No comment.
Luke Shaw's an all-you-can-eat buffet that he just came from.
Okay. One matter.
One matter is obviously tapas because
Yeah.
it's little and it's
Yeah.
Spanish.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good.
Pretty good. What would you describe Joe Smith as a meal?
Lentils
Lentils.
and beads. What are you eating there?
And carrots.
What is that? Got avocado?
You've got avocado.
What have you had here now?
Avocado, French lentils and chicken.
So Joe's had avocado, French lentils and chicken.
Could you be any more of a stereotype? Lentils and avocado, honestly.
He's also
I didn't grow it.
potentially wearing a blouse today.
Yeah.
I don't want to get involved, but I saw him in the microwave eating the avocado like an apple.
Asking which lady's outlet he got that top from.
Peeled apple, no less.
Yeah. What size is that? It doesn't say medium or large on it. It says 16.
Danny Shields put a super chat in. And I beheld a pale horse, and the name that sat on him was Steve, and he was breaking Joe.
Great reference. About four people got it.
Very good. Predicting a penalty in the first 10 minutes, sling Bruno off after he scores it and get Ahmad on.
I'm there for you.
Great.
I'm
idea.
there for you.
Love it. Love it. So what did he say? Yeah, he said that Joe was eating an avocado like an apple. But they'll discuss this on the watch-along because they haven't been discussing the game today, are they?
No.
Poor Jay Motty's going to have no chance with them two today.
No.
They go well off topic. There he is. Jay Motty's going to have a great time on there today, making sure things go swimmingly.
Yeah, just keep them on the straight and narrow, Jay.
Yeah, you keep things normal.
Janine's just texted me saying, which wife made you jerk chicken? Don't remember this. So it was you?
Oh, dear.
You've made jerk chicken, you dickhead. What are you on about? Years ago when you used to cook for me.
Oh, okay. Right. We'll move swiftly on this.
Why is he walking around like that? Is he trying to burn an extra couple of calories, fatty?
Oh, so harsh.
He's not even responding now. That's how you know
If
I've got
Matter
him.
injured, he's got to be.
Who fucking cares? He should have started and he's not.
Thoughts on Bayer Lindelof starting? It's what Josie expected was going to be his pairing, and it just hasn't been.
But I thought Bayer Tuanzebe. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
I mean, why not?
I don't know. We'll have to ask Ollie that.
Are you eating that?
Maybe. What else have we got? Say what you want about Steve. Does what he wants. Maybe a bit too much, to be honest. Rotterdam 91, someone just said.
What a great game. Oh, definitely ask Jay what I've just got as well, because Jay almost pulled his dick out before when I showed him.
Did he spend some time on the flick through?
Yeah, all the way through.
Yeah.
We went through just how Brexit that Manchester City squad was.
It was very...
It's like the origins of the EDL.
Yeah. Someone just said Pratt's. Could be us. And diabetes. What? Maybe. Well, he's got diabetes. 4-2 by half time. Be fun, that.
Oh, yeah, loads
of some goals.
Come on, if it's 0-0, I'm not... George, by the way, if it's 0-0 at half time, I'm not coming.
And if he does get talked into coming down, which he probably will do, you are definitely not going to be talking. It's going to be more off topic than this was. It's going to be more off topic than the Tranmere game.
Ooh.
Which takes some doing.
Good game.
No beers, no rum. Well, it's like what day is it?
I'm fucking driving
Thursday.
home.
Driving, can't do that. Hangover Fridays, just we got too much to do.
And hanging out of my own arse with a mask on in an Uber or a train is just no.
It's not fun.
It's not good.
It's not fun.
It's not good.
It's not fun. I don't remember getting home after the thingy thing the other week, Super Bowl thing. But I don't think I enjoyed the taxi ride home. I think I was hanging out the window.
What, like a dog?
I could trying to get some fresh air through the mask. If it's 0-0, Steve must do his fan cam whilst eating. I don't like. That's not a challenge for him. That like if you stood on one leg and holding something else, that might be a challenge. But you doing a fan cam eating is.
Oh, Arsenal scored.
Probably gonna happen. Yeah,
it's 3-3 on aggregate on it.
Yeah, but they
so
still need
one
to
more
score.
goal would put them through though.
Yeah, but one more.
15 minutes to go though. Yeah. And I'm assuming they just scored the latest.
Yeah, they did. It went 2-1. Bruno, the only available cam. Yeah. Someone said, Alex, what's your Twitter handle? I'll DM you the better photo of Steve. Baggers_Alex, go for it.
Who's that?
Tame, I don't know, be funny though. It's Baggers a Dolphins fan. Not really. It's the closest team to me and I like the jumper. So, guys, the whole Europa League squad list is the team sheet, 11 players, the rest are subs. So they got everyone out that can be there tonight, including Coon Bishop. He's got to come out at half time if it's 2-0 up. Paul Lee Grant, by the way.
Yeah, but you don't have to name them. You don't have to put them on the list.
No. Tell us
and sit them in the stand.
Tell us first goal.
Be all right, won't it?
Steve, when is Ben coming on? Missed that dude.
He's in here usually every week.
Yeah.
He does my accounts.
Yeah. Get him doing some stuff. Euro stuff. Got all sorts of plans for Euro, don't we?
Most of them involve being shit-faced.
Yeah. It's going to be unhealthy somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah. So, when we do... So, the weight loss challenge ends 4th of April. Can we do a weight gain challenge immediately following it?
Well, I'm actually going to go into the gym and stuff to try and put a bit... Because I'm guessing I lose stuff. I'm getting Keno to do it. But it's not going to be strict because I'm going to be drinking. A lot.
So, why don't we do a weight gain challenge?
Because we like to promote a little bit of health. Joe just said, because you'd burst. He got very aggressive with that as well. There was no hint of a joke about it.
No, there was no like,
because you burst.
I've hurt him. He's fucking rattled. So Joe will be the one reading the comments out. So just say, Joe, you're fucking rattled. Wake up. He can't even wake up in a good mood because I wake up before him and I put how much I've fucking lost already every day into the group chat.
Every morning.
And he's like, I haven't eaten. He's eating fucking burgers and losing.
So, yeah. What else do we have? Danny Shields. Could Dan James have done a job at number 10, giving Bruno a rest and making space for Ahmad?
No.
No. No is the right thing there. No, he definitely couldn't do a job in the 10. He's just gonna. You need Dan James to run about.
Like a puppy.
The number 10 is not the position for Dan James to run about in.
No.
No.
Look, if you want to be honest about the guy's capabilities, he's not really a footballer's footballer. There's a massive amount of deficiencies in his game, and end product being one of them. Although yes, all right, he's scored quite a few lately, but you know, you couldn't.
I got a wave there from.
What the
Campbell,
fuck does that mean?
I think that means.
Is that the tomahawk
to
thing
the other gentleman
to NFL?
I think I don't know. He says send them over to there. Well, we've got Jay Motti, Joe Smith, and Freddy Quinne.
Oh, see, I would have said it differently though.
Go on, what would you
I
go
would have
for?
said the fucking phenomenal TikTok sensation that is Freddy Quinne.
Yeah.
I'd have said the bald fella from Scotty and Motti.
Yeah.
And their fat mate.
I'll take the role as their fat mate. I mean, I can't hear myself in this. Is this working?
I think
that's better. There you go. Hello, I'm the fat one.
I'm the bald one from Scotty and
And
Motti.
you're the TikTok sensation and receiver of swollen goods
It's just nice
through
to-
Instagram.
It's just nice to not be the fattest person on a fucking panel show for
It is
once.
nice,
This
isn't it? How are you doing, Freddie, by the way? Good
I'm
to have
not
you
too
back.
bad, thank you. I've got a fresh trim. Do you want to see?
Yeah, go on then.
Look at this.
Wow. Who did that for you?
I did it myself.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did, mate.
Did you?
I did. You know what?
Do you know something? I'm impressed by that. But
Thank
we're
you.
also sat next to a man who cuts his own hair every day.
Yeah.
Do you know what it was for me? Is there was a turning point in people's lives, I think, and I have had quite a lot of the last 6 months being called homeless, being called a pedo. But the turning point was when
the courts
people
say it has a bit more weight, doesn't it?
The turning point was when people said you look like Stephen Howson. Then I was like, it's going. It's fucking going. This is bullshit.
Call me whatever you want, but don't call me Stephen Howson.
Can live with the pedo things, but the Stephen Howson ones where you drew the line.
That's where you draw them.
Yes, Stephen Avery last
just
week.
Once, that was me. I apologise.
Stephen Avery, I got last week, and you said, "Does anyone call you Stephen Avery?"
Has anyone ever told you you look like Stephen Avery?
The serial killer with learning
Not a
difficulties.
serial killer.
Is this the guy from Making
He's
a
not a
Murderer?
serial killer.
Right.
Come on, let's.
Is he innocent?
No, he's killed people, but I don't think he's a serial killer. I think he's just a couple killer.
How many do you have to kill before it's a serial killer?
I'd say 3+.
3.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not. I'm no FBI agent.
Yeah.
I'm just a fat lad on a YouTube live stream. But Man United are playing Real Sociedad today. We'll come back to the weight
I think we've
loss.
covered that
I'm quite
extensively
happy.
already.
Well, I'm happy to talk about it. But United are playing now. I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Go on.
What are the name of them cards? Pro cards. That's it. So go on. Don't give me that look.
Well, I don't know what you're on about.
Stephen Howson
Right.
shouted off camera saying, "Ask Jay about those cards I've got." Stephen's got a full set of pro cards.
For anyone who isn't 40 or over,
Yeah.
what the honour?
They're
the
like
pro
those
club
cards you used to swap. They have like little player bios on them, and you used to get them
Right.
for all the Premier League. Well, it wasn't Premier League; it was Division 1 back in the day. But anyway,
Right.
I digress, and I'm distracting you.
So
From
like
the job that you do.
football cards.
Yeah, football cards. Yeah,
Right.
swapsies and all that.
What year you got them from?
90 to 91.
The famous year.
Yes.
Man United are playing Real Sociedad. Can we talk about the team a little bit? Because we were just mentioning a touch off camera, me and Freddie. If we can get the team on the screen. It's weirdly strong, isn't it? And I'm sure they've just been saying the same thing, but are we surprised to see Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka and Matic and Fred and Fernandes and Greenwood all playing? Like, I thought maybe none of those would play.
Well, me and you said the other day when we were doing our preview that I think I had Marcus in the team and not Maguire and not Bruno, because I think out of those three, one of them always starts. And I think that it's Bruno that started with Marcus and Maguire on the bench.
I went with Maguire playing.
Yeah,
you
and
went with Rashford
and
playing.
we were both wrong.
And it was Bruno.
Because I think he's always going to pick one of them. Other than that, is it that surprising, the team
I think I'm surprised Greenwood's played. I'm surprised both Matic and Fred have played. I know they're our only fit midfielders, but I just thought they're also going to be possibly. I mean, to me, this suggests that McTominay will be fit for the Chelsea game.
I'd say so, and I also think Fred can play 2 games in 4 days.
Yeah, I think
whatever it
Fred
is.
can. It's Matic.
Yeah, I don't think Matic starts against Chelsea. I think that's him out of the equation, personally. And I think in terms of youngsters like Shoretire and Diallo, I said it in the few videos we've done that I'd like to see them get some game time. I didn't know they'd start. So if they came on, say it's 0-0 at half time or you know, we're up. I'd like to see them brought on then because it's game's done, innit?
If we're not getting battered, they'll come on at some point. But I also agree, to be honest with you, I think that one thing that Solskjaer's done really well, he's done lots of things really well at United, but one thing that he's done exceptionally well is bleeding through youngsters. And he tends to do a great job with them. Now, I think it's right that Diallo and Shoretire is not starting. Because for me personally, I think that you have to drip people in, drip by drip. It's a bit of a jump. And bear in mind, we're talking about a Shoretire who turned 17 2 weeks ago. Yeah. We're talking about Amad Diallo, who's got all of 47 minutes worth of professional football under his belt. These are really green players. And yeah, it's an opportunity for them, but they don't need to start. We've got players in form at the moment, like Dan James, who has had a great couple of games, who has done more than enough to warrant a place starting. We've got players like Mason Greenwood, who I think can do with the game time. I think he can benefit from having a bit of time on the pitch. Not a lot of pressure. He can go out and play his natural game. I don't think we should be starting Bruno Fernandes. I think that's a ridiculous risk. He is by far and away our best, most influential player. And I feel like we could have modified our formation or put some square pegs in round holes a little bit more to try and preserve him a bit.
For the sake of giving him a night off?
Yeah, I don't understand what we're trying to achieve by this. Even if we played a 4-3-3 and played Galbraith and just sat a little bit deeper, I mean, at the end, we're 4-0 up. Yeah. You know,
the most likely negative outcome of tonight's game is an injury rather than us not going through it.
I'm a little bit worried as well. I mean, half of that team looks sensible to me.
Yeah.
Henderson, sensible choice. Alex Tellez, great for him to get some game time. Even Lindelof, I think that this is a game that he should be playing. Eric Bailly, I think, is risky because of his injury record. And I'd much rather see him play on Sunday because I think him and Maguire are our best defensive partnership.
I agree with that one.
Wan-Bissaka, yeah, maybe. I mean, Wan-Bissaka's a young player. He's not had an injury record or anything like that. But maybe you could make an argument that Brandon Williams might have stepped in at right back, which is his natural position, and he has, he's a slightly experienced player. Matic, yeah, fine. I mean, I don't think that there's much of a future for Matic as a Man United player. Going past this season, I think this is going to be the last season that we get something good out of him. I think he's too slow. I think he's too ponderous. He's never been a player that's relied on his physical attributes, but now, my lord, he turns so slowly. And against even half-decent teams with mobile midfielders, just play around him, Fred, I think, is, a really good player, and he's somebody who you will be, he's made his way into one of the first names of the team sheet. And who's up top for us?
It's Greenwood, James Fernandes and Martial.
Martial. Now, Martial has he's got a lot to prove.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a lot to prove. Can you just come a bit closer to your mic? Just scooch in a bit.
Sure thing.
I think it's turned up a lot because you're quite far away from it.
Oh, no worries.
I agree with you about, certainly about some of those players in there. Like, I don't know if Matic will be here much longer, but I like Matic still. I think he's a good player, but I can't see him.
We gave him a new deal though, didn't we? Was it at Christmas around that time? Not Christmas, sorry. In the summer. Give him a 3-year extension.
Wow, that's too long, innit?
Like,
that's undoubtedly too long.
I mean, he had a good spell, didn't he, towards the end of last season? But he's 31 or 32. I don't think you went, well, there you go, here's another 3-year contract. But that's what we did.
I mean, he don't keep himself in Cristiano Ronaldo-like condition, does he?
As I think Arsenal.
Oh, Arsenal just scored.
Yeah, take the lead against Benfica, which will put them through. Aubameyang's done his front flip, so we don't think he's offside. But yeah, people saying Fernandes over Mata is ridiculous. Mata's not even on the bench, which makes me wonder whether he's fit or what's going on with that. Because I think he'd not been in the squad for a while, and you would think this would be a perfect time for him.
It makes sense to play Mata. I mean, I know that we've been used to seeing Mata now on the right wing, which he's too slow for, to be honest with you. But he operated as a number 10 for years and years, and that's where he got his best years out of in Chelsea. So you would think that for one game, especially a game that we are, 4-0 up, you would think that he can come into that team and we can protect Bruno a bit more. I also think we need to see something from Martial. We need to see some sort of...
Do you think we will?
Performance. No,
probably not.
Do you know what? It's pained me to say, because I've always really quite liked Martial.
Yeah.
I've always thought that he was a really talented player.
Yeah.
And if he could just find that little bit of consistency, if he could just, get his head right and constantly... I always felt like there was more for him to give. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And every year, he seems to actually go backwards a little bit for me. Seems to get a little bit worse every year.
Tarek with a good point. It says there's 5 subs in the Europa League. I think we'll score 1 goal and then Ollie will sub everyone out, which may be a good point because we can't really, I suppose, somehow making this seem tricky or getting, even if we lost 3-0, that would be maybe a bit, I mean, I wouldn't dent the confidence too much, I don't think, because some of the players are being rested anyway, but if we lost 3-0, that would not be a good night, would it, even if we still went through? So I think he's obviously trying to avoid that, but it's still a strong lineup, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and I kind of get the idea of not starting the youngsters for that point. I mean, we're both we're all discussing it previously, and I think, if we do lose or we are losing and the youngsters have started and then you're pulling them off at half time, it's not a great look for them. It's not a good experience for them, the first European start or the first start, and then they're getting subbed because we're getting beat. Whereas if you've got that option of bringing them on, then it's better for them, a better experience. Because let's face facts, the tie's pretty done, in it. It's not about it's not like we have to bring these players on to get us a win. But yeah, I mean, that team there, you look at it and you got. I mean, I've not seen the Sociedad team, and I don't know a lot about it anyway. If I'm being brutally honest, other than obviously Januzaj and David Silva, which is about the only 2 players that I sort of really.
I don't think Silva's playing.
Well, there you go then. So, I mean, how are they going to go into this game? They've got to be going into this game thinking the tie's over. Let's just go, not embarrass ourselves, I suppose.
To be honest, I think that if Real Sociedad did win, I couldn't care less. As long as they don't win 4-0, which I honestly cannot see happening in touch wood, but I can't see it happening in a million years, especially based on what we saw last week, where they just looked like they offered nothing.
Yeah.
They looked completely
They were way
out of
worse than I thought
ideas.
they were going to be. I thought they'd be really good. They weren't very good at all, were they?
No.
It's weird.
Well, I mean, I know it's a bit of a simplistic argument, but Spanish football this season is not exactly vintage.
No.
And so if in previous years you go 5th in La Liga, they must be really good. Now you go 5th in La Liga, you could be terrible and still be 5th in La Liga, because even the top teams over than Atletico, obviously flying, but it's not great, is it, at the minute?
Funnily enough, I think Chelsea are 5th in England, and they just beat Atletico.
Yeah,
so you talk about the 5th of both, who's 5th in each league.
There you go. That sort of sums it up a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's not like you say, Spanish football at the minute isn't having a great year. I mean, I know they can obviously turn it around and things can change, but that's why, and I think the thing we were talking about as well the other day is Sociedad, even when they were 3-0 down, they still like to play nice football, still come at you, don't they? They still attack, they still leave a lot of gaps that we're able to exploit. So it's not like, I don't know, sometimes you need to be a bit more savvy and think, all right, we're up against it, let's just shut up shop for a bit. But they didn't, did they? They kept sort of trying to play that way, which is admirable, but it's also suicidal.
I think it's interesting that United played a really high line against Sociedad, which we do quite regularly, to be honest with you. And it's one of the reasons that the Bailly and Maguire partnership is the best, because Maguire is your ball-playing centre-back who can bring it forward, and Bailly is your physical recovery man who relies on his pace and his strength to make those recovery tackles, which you're inevitably going to need when you play so high up the pitch.
Yeah.
But you look at the players, the wingers that they had. Januzaj is not a quick player.
No.
That Odriozola is not a particularly quick player, although I've heard incredible things about him. Didn't see any of that last week. Alexander Isaac looked like a fast player, but Bailly just man-marked him and skinned him for pace every time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It was like they didn't know what to do when they were playing so high up the pitch. They were so far away from United's goal. They didn't understand. Like, David Silva was like, well, what am I meant to do here?
Yeah, I can't run past anyone.
Yeah, I'm near my own 18.
I was slow when I was 18.
Yeah, I'm near my own 18-yard box. What do you want to do? Play a 40-yard through ball? You're mad.
Yeah, to Januzaj, who's slower than every one of their defenders.
It just didn't seem to work for them. It didn't gel. And they didn't have any other ideas about how to push United up the pitch.
Yeah. Right, 15 minutes till kick-off. We haven't seen you for a week, Freddie.
Oh, yeah.
It's twice in a week. How are you doing? How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good, to be honest with you. Here's a funny thing. So last week, do you remember I was talking about the sex toys that I got delivered to me?
I remember that, yeah. For anyone who didn't know, refresh them.
I got a sex toy company got in touch with me, taylorstoys.co.uk.
Sounds like it's for kids, but it absolutely isn't.
Sent me 180 quid worth of sex toys in the post.
Wait, How far, I mean, without going into too much detail, but when you say like 180 quid's worth, like if you take that into a Nissan dealership, not very much. But you take it into a sweet shop, loads. Where does sort of sex toys fall on the scale of value for money in terms of 180 quid?
I'm amazed that your luxury metaphor was Nissan dealership.
Well, I mean, it's not particularly luxury, but the point is you don't get much for your money for 180 quid, except maybe in the vending machine at a Nissan dealership.
You get 1 month with a cash guy for 0% finance.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what 180 quid's worth of sex toys gets you.
Yeah.
It gets you some bondage tape in red.
How does that differ from, let's just say, electrician's tape or sellotape or gaffer tape? What makes it... Does it have a scent?
Hell, I bet sex with you is the most working class experience known to man. Just do me up with gaffer tape.
Masking tape. I need to be able to break out if postman comes.
Oh, you're hornier. Is that WD-40? What's going on? Good Lord. No, so what it is it's like this special tape.
Yeah. Special tape. See, this is what I was asking.
Yeah, and it basically sticks like it sticks together.
That's
without
the tape
you
part.
needing the thing, but it unsticks as well quite well.
Right.
So not only is it good for like in the bedroom and shit and handcuffs and shit, but it's also quite good to use as like handles for sex toys and stuff. If you wanted to, you could
like when you wrap it like how they wrap around a cricket bat.
Yeah.
Or like a tennis racket.
Yeah.
So if you need to sort of rehandle a sex toy.
Well, what I actually do is I actually get before sex, I get a boxer in to tape my hands up with the stuff.
A boxer's trainer.
An
old boxing trainer chewing gum and giving you tips.
Yeah,
on the
Clint
fight.
Eastwood in $1 Million Baby.
Right. Take your time. Take your time,
Take
big
your
guy.
time. Get a jab and then come out again. Then get another jab and
work
come
the
out
body
again.
first. Work the body first. Yeah, that's what you need.
So you
establish the jab.
You get some bondage tape.
Right.
You get yourself a medium-sized butt plug, which we talked about last time. It's so funny that they looked at me and went, medium. Do you know what I mean? Like they weren't like
large says too much and small is quite clearly too small.
Yeah, he's not got a small anus, has he? That boy, do little rabbit poos.
Large becomes political though, doesn't it? If they send you a large one.
Large is making assumptions about my personal life.
It's a statement.
Yeah,
Medium
exactly.
is run of the mill. What else?
You get a vibrator, a rampant rabbit vibrator. That I can't say that I've used, but
for legal reasons,
it certainly looks like it'd do a good job. Do you know what I mean? You get a fleshlight.
Yeah.
Not only any fleshlight, by the way, you get the industry-leading fleshlight.
Wow. What industry do you think that is? The sex toy industry? I think it could be like the
construction industry.
Yeah, I thought it might be. Looks like a cement mixer.
And finally, you also get a cock ring that you put over your willy and it vibrates and stuff like that.
Fantastic.
Anywho, they have sent me, completely unprompted, they have sent me a discount code. So now, if you enter Freddy...
If you read that, fuck off.
If you enter Freddy...
This show is not sponsored by Timmy's Toy Cupboard or whatever it's called.
At Taylor's Toys, you get a 10% discount.
Fantastic.
And do you know what? I also get to see what your kinks are.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
Imagine. You get to see the wish list.
I don't mean to lower the tone, but Arsenal have won and gone through.
But
from what I can see,
they should have gone through. We can't be too upset with them. No. So, any updates this week? Not updates on that, but any further sent items? How's that TikTok fame treating you?
TikTok fame,
Yeah.
all right actually. To be honest with you, I've been kind of taking it easy because I got really shit-faced drunk on Monday. With the announcement. I was going
to ask you about that. How did you take that? Because obviously, for people who don't know, Freddie's a stand-up comedian when stand-up comedy is possible.
Yeah.
And obviously, that announcement affects you quite massively in terms of clubs reopening and that sort of thing. So you got shit-faced drunk. Is the answer,
yeah, I mean, I've always done it. Come on, do you know what I mean? It's become part of lockdown life, and it. Boris comes on TV, you crack open a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, don't you? You choose your missus. You go, yeah, nice one.
Maybe a Pepsi Max.
Yeah, Pepsi Max for me. I'm a recovering alcoholic.
Jay had too many bottles of wine in the early 2000s. So now he cracks open a nice glass of. Go on.
This is all.
That's
me when Boris comes on, yeah.
Well, so clubs are going to be open from around May the 17th, but they reckon reduce capacity first until June. Fair enough. But here's something that I don't understand, right? Outdoor theme parks, April. Outdoor zoos, April. Outdoor hospitality, April. Outdoor beer gardens, April. Outdoor performances, May.
What's the logic behind that?
There isn't.
There isn't.
So realistically, you can be in a beer garden full of people in April, absolutely fine. If one of you gets on a table and sings "Sweet Caroline," it's against the law. It's ridiculous.
That is weird, isn't it? Do you think it's because the emphasis on crowds?
No, I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what it is if a theme park goes bust, it makes the news. If a zoo goes bust, it makes the news. If a bunch of artists have to wait for another month or two, no one gives a shit. Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is an industry as well that, I mean, not to get too political and stuff, but naturally businesses tend to vote Tory because the Tory party seems being favourable to businesses. So they have to protect those votes. Whereas artists don't vote Conservative, most of them, by the looks. So they're not going to vote for the Tories anyway, regardless of what happens. So they don't see it as a priority in the same way. But to be honest with you, I would take being back in May for myself, to be honest with you. I'd take that. I thought it was going to be an awful lot worse. So, you know.
Hopefully everything it rolls out the way it's supposed to, because the other problem is
have you got stuff,
dates being given and then not being...
Stuff planned for?
Well, at the moment, there's quite a lot of comedy clubs that are just holding off booking because if you're a big comedy club, let's say you book 100 acts a week, well, you've got to fill 6 months worth of gig. That's Christ knows out. What 2,500 acts for 6 months?
Yeah.
Now imagine you put in 2,500 acts, and then the government mid-April, late April says, sorry, we messed up. It's going to be another. Then you're going to have to cancel thousands of acts. It's just way too much admin. So they're holding off until the picture looks better.
Fair enough.
That's fair enough, I suppose. How has lockdown been overall for you then? Have you enjoyed it? Now we're hopefully maybe coming towards the end of it in the next handful of months.
I wouldn't say I've enjoyed bankruptcy, but it's been. Look, I mean, at the end of the day, I'll be happy when it's over and done with. Do you know what I mean? And you know, I think it's the little things like seeing your family and stuff, and things like that.
I had my vaccine the other day.
Did you?
Yep.
Are you vulnerable?
Just a little bit, mate.
Really? Is that because you're weight?
Not because. Getting to the comments. Getting to the comments. Anyway, this is
come on, right there.
This is the Stephen Avery thing last week, isn't it? I see how it is. I've checked my Twitter DMs. That does look like Steve, but I'm not going to show it him because someone sent me a picture of a man who looks a bit like Stephen Howson, but he's way musclier than
I'm
Steve.
about to say that doesn't look like Stephen Howson to me. That looks like how Stephen Howson wishes he looked.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not going to show Steve that because I don't want people to think that people think he looks like
that. That looks like Steve Howson if he evolved into his next stage as a Pokemon.
Yeah, he's sort of the young cherubic, round one now, isn't he?
Yeah.
And then that's like the top one.
That's Charmeleon to Charizard. That's what that is.
Howsonite or something like that. Right, we're kicking off in 5 minutes. Let's have a go round. First of all, actually, Stephen Kilgrave putting +4 in the comments. That's because I gained a phantom £4 at the last watch-along.
Easily done.
I'm down £7 from my starting weight now, so if you want to get into it, put -7s in the chat if you have to, but not that I'm bothered anyway. Give us some score predictions then.
Go on, Freddie.
Go first. So. Guess first.
Last week I said 2-1 as a win, and we ended up absolutely winning, but I remember that I was the only person who put a win in there. This week I'm going to say that Real Sociedad are going to beat United 1-0. I'm going to say that it's going to be a really insipid United performance because I think that we know that we're through.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to sit here in 90 minutes' time and say, it wasn't a good performance, we'll need to be better against Chelsea, but we're through.
XXX. ... I mean, when I say I take that, I don't mean I hope it's that, but we've put ourselves in a good position so that this game can be a bit less eventful.
We did all the work in the first leg.
So 1-0 Sociedad. What are you going for, Joe?
I think we'll win.
Yeah.
I was pretty confident before I saw the lineup. I'm still the same amount of confidence, really. I think it's a strong enough team. I don't think Sociedad offered that much in Turin, so I'll go with maybe 3-1 United.
3-1. I'm going to go get your score predictions in the comments as well, by the way, guys. I'm going to go 2-1. I think United. I think it's going to be, like you sort of said, Freddie, a little bit cagey, a little bit slow, and one of those games where you go, no, that's why these players don't play every week. But although, again, though, you look at that team, that's stronger than the lineups we named for sort of 60% of last season. That's a decent lineup.
I think the left-hand side is going to be really interesting as well, because what tends to happen is when Tellez and Matic play together, Tellez bombs forward.
And Matic plays left-back.
Yeah, and Matic essentially plays left-back. He just tucks in. And it works quite nicely, to be honest with you, when we've got the ball. But when we haven't got the ball, it's like, shit, you know, because you've got Matic as left-back for a time.
And he can't move particularly well. We've got a few super chats. One from Ross Murphy says, is Jay Motti going to cope with these two? Hey, keep up, Grandad. Don't really know.
I'm just staying out of the firing line. I'll let you two fire shots at each other. I'll be everyone's mate. I'll be that guy.
He's called me fat 6 times. It's not a big, it's no big deal. And I'm not counting.
I thought it was 7, but no, you've
I'm telling you, it's 6.
See, I have to be a bit nicer to him because I have to work with him tomorrow as well.
Yeah,
and it'll be like later. It'll be like, you didn't even stick up for me. When Freddie was slagging me off, you sat there and you laughed.
I trust him. I trust him when he says it was 7.
I trust you when you said it was medium.
Yeah.
But we know it was large. No. Ryan L, has this channel been renamed Sexford Paddock? No, it hasn't. We just had to get an update on Freddie's
Sexford Paddock.
Freddie's diabolical
Stretford Paddock
off-field antics.
Stretchford Paddock.
Oh my god. Stretched fart.
Paddock, I was saying.
Right. Oh, sorry.
Paddock.
Oh,
Paddock.
Stretched fart Paddock.
I didn't say anything about Stretch. That's up there with at Shatnan Yanatwat.
We try and get so many puns into a word that it just becomes absolute shit. Like, you know, when people put one pun in something, you can go, oh, that's all right. But when people try and put like 2 and 3 in to really do it, you just think it's too much now.
Yeah.
Like Manchipster Place. And the place is spelled like the fish. And it's got Chipster in the title.
It's like when you get angry Leeds fans who hate United and they'll say shit Chester, you knobheads.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Just one's enough.
Just one.
You don't have to go for 2 puns in the one word.
Ryan L. Oh no, I've read that one. Someone else said that I'd missed a super chat, so if we can get them up on the screen quickly before the game kicks off, Cam, that'd be good, please. How many penalties today? Probably, I would say none, and maybe we'll give one away. There we go.
There you go. I'll let you
Adil
read the super chat.
said, on a lighter note, what would you say to a City fan who rejected you because you were a United fan? I mean, I just would say, oh, fair enough, sorry. But I would think, I mean, he said funny answers only. This isn't a funny answer. I just go, you know what, if she didn't want me because I was a United fan, I don't want to go with her anyway. And then make that noise and I go to sleep.
I'd just say, well, you're not coming out of that cupboard until you change your mind.
Yeah, that's good. That's nice. And Freddie?
What would I say to a City fan, girl who rejected you because you were a United fan?
Without getting us cancelled.
Cancelled.
Can we have a disclaimer here quickly?
What I'm doing is I'm filing through a Rolodex of answers and I'm going, no.
This is where we stay statement. Freddie Quinne was a freelancer who isn't employed by Stretford Paddock.
The views of Freddie Quinne do not represent the views of Stretford Paddock.
Christopher Hawkins, if we go up a bit there. Christopher Hawkins, Joey, you all right? Your cheeks look a bit chubby. Be honest, you got hangry and ate McCullough, didn't you? The whereabouts of Adam McCullough has nothing to do with my appetite, nor the size of my cheeks.
He's been munching on McCullough bottles.
Yeah. Danny Shields says, is this another case of showing a side too much respect?
That joke or the fact I laughed? Sorry.
A la Arsenal and the Scousers. I don't think he's showing him too much respect, and this game is wildly different in terms of its outlook, I think, than either of those games were.
Listen, we all know that Ollie's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't with the team line up. If he'd have picked like a load of children, people would be going, oh, what's going on here? He's giving up. What are you laughing at?
Shit, Chester, you knobhead.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Some Leeds fan, he was going off his head about United. That's what he wrote. He wrote, shit, Chester, you knobhead.
It's great, isn't it? Isn't it great when Leeds fans have a do and it's like, we do not care about you like you care about us.
Oh, mate, I love it.
Good.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. If Ole plays a bunch of kids and they get battered, then
or even if they lose like 3-1, so like the ties, we still go through, but we get
what sort of experience is that? Do you know what I mean?
Like I think it was Danny Simpson. I think played against Everton, and he got subbed. Then we got subbed at half time. I don't think he played for us again in the first team. It was like I'm not saying that's going to happen for sure, or whatever. But
we don't have David Silva's not in that team. No.
And like you said, Freddie, fitness-wise, Diallo's played like 60 minutes of first team football all season. Like, if he starts the game, the expectation is that he plays at least 60 minutes. He might not have that in him.
He's played 60 minutes of football like in his life. Do you know what I mean?
On a professional level, he didn't play a lot for Atalanta.
He's very, very well. Part of that was down to the fact that United essentially owned that player. The agreement was in place in September, and he came to United in January, so they couldn't play him as much as they wanted, because if he gets injured or something like that, then it's a problem. Off. Yeah, exactly. So had United have not made that deal in the summer, then he probably would have way more minutes under his belt. It's not that he's not ready, it's that United already had the decision in place, and obviously we don't want an injured player.
We've got a couple of questions about where McCullough is. McCullough will be back very shortly. He's just
he's been, like all of us, he's pretty relentless on this channel since we started. So now and again, he take a little bit of a break and just, do things other than posting loads of videos on YouTube and spending time on social media, which to me is a crazy idea because that's all I ever do.
But yeah, he's fine and he'll be back soon, so don't worry about that.
Nice that everyone's concerned though. Yeah. A lot more concerned than we were.
Yeah, cool.
Oh yeah. So he's not here. Well, no worries. We've got Freddy.
And it's great to be here, guys, as the backup. I'm enjoying it immensely.
Mate, you've been on more watch-alongs than I have. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Jay's new to the watch-along game, aren't you?
Yeah. So what do? We
just sort of chat and that for 2 hours.
Do we have to pay attention to what's going on over there?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Although sometimes you don't, and then you get.
Yeah, as if the Watford game when we didn't.
Yeah, that was fun.
We did talk about our favourite United memories.
But that was, and we only won 1-0, but there was a strange sense of calm in the studio that day, wasn't there?
Yeah.
We've kicked off anyway. United passing it around the back. I hope we win this, because it's almost like now there's no excuse to not win, is there? Because this is a relatively strong team. We ought to win.
Yeah, and as well, Real Sociedad, we can't really overemphasise how little they offered in the first leg. What I think is really interesting is that they're pressing very high up the pitch, which is what they did not do in the first leg, which I think is really interesting. I think they're worried about United's high defensive line, to be honest with you, and suffering the same problems that they suffered last time.
And we just kept chipping the ball over them last week, didn't we? I wonder if they'll keep doing that, United.
Yeah, just straight down those channels in between the fullback and the centre back, and it caused them nightmares, didn't it? I've never known players not be able to deal with a ball over the top before. It's like they never saw a ball past head height.
No, it was weird.
It was weird. They were just
freaking out.
What's going on? They just cleaned through 3 times in the first half.
Imagine if they saw Sam Allardyce. They'd just lose their fucking minds.
They don't. He's like the bogeyman in Spain.
Yeah, him and Tony Pulis.
Eat your greens, or Sam Allardyce will come and get you while you're sleeping.
No, anything but Route 1 football. Yeah, they call him El Longo Bolo.
And he sleeps under the bridge on the outskirts of town and just plays Route 1 football with
massive cheeks, eat children.
Yeah, very exciting stuff. I wish we had a fun character like that. Is there any folklore around Manchester? Except some
the pusher.
Oh yeah, tell us about the pusher.
I was a reporter when the pusher rumour started, a local reporter.
Oh, was this the Manchester Canal?
Yeah. So there's this theory. There's a lot of people, and I'm not making light of it because it's obviously very sad. A lot of people died in the canal sort of late at night. Just as having a look here, Marshall. No, shot's been blocked.
Sorry. A lot of people died late at night. Oh, it's Martial on the
ball. Not very good. Very good segue there. But there was this rumour going around basically that someone was pushing people in the canal late at night, and it wasn't true. And like I said, I was covering a lot of those stories, for want of a better word, and it was people just basically getting drunk, and it was freezing, and you go in the water, you fall in the water, you're not going to get out. But there was this rumour that it's the pusher, and the pusher's like some serial killer in Manchester, and there was a documentary on it as well, which added a load of fuel to the fire. But I don't think there is a Manchester pusher. I just think we need better. I think we need better railings around the canal. That's
they
what
were tracing back like stuff from the 70s and 80s as well, weren't they? For that,
it was the documentary was very much like didn't prove anything. You know, the documentaries where you interviewed someone, and go, well, I'm not saying there isn't a pusher, but there's no evidence for it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was like, well, okay then, well, that's meaningless.
That's not a pusher then.
Have you got one in workshop?
Not particularly, no. I think Thatcher's the closest thing. Who works up to a
if you don't eat your greens, Margaret Thatcher's going to come round and shut down your milk.
Again!
You cold, Matt.
If you don't eat your greens, Thatcher's going to ruin your life again.
She's going to...
Yeah,
she's going to go to war with Argentina.
Do you ever shut down the mill? I don't know what the hell is.
There is a flour mill in Worksop actually. So get over it. And he's still going. That
you see.
The last time I was there,
everything about that analogy I said was true.
There's a flour mill in Worksop. And there's a mine.
I'm not going to lie. I took a massive punt there, Freddie. I didn't know there was a mill.
It was mines, but you went for it. I loved it.
Haworth mine was open until about 5 years ago in Worksop. One of the last remaining coal mines. Yeah. My best mate's dad worked in Haworth Pit.
Down pit.
Yeah, that's Worksop. I like work.
He was a canary.
What about your neck of the woods,
Sociedad.
Freddie? Well,
Nothing my neck of the woods, but I do know of, in Wales, they have, in parts of Wales, they have a weird tradition at Christmas where a horse's head, like a skull head, knocks on the door and it sings to you, and you have to sing back at it in Welsh until one of you gives up. And if you give up first, the horse comes in and drinks all your beer.
There's nothing weird about that. Sounds perfectly reasonable.
Battle rapping a horse.
Yeah, we do that in Eccles.
Christmas Eve. I read that on Tumblr and I can't believe it. I just can't get over it. How does that even start? Do you know what
Imagine
I mean?
knocking on you, opening your door Christmas. When's it? What day? Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Christmas Eve, you already, got stuff going on. And you open the door and there's someone with an horse's head there.
And imagine
you're trying to get the chicken ready, and some prick's got a horse's head. Some prick's got Red Rum's face, and he's going, and you're like, oh god, I just want to piss off.
The 21st century,
the shotgun.
and so you know probably who it is, and you still, right, silent night, and then you're like, oh fucking, I lost. Right, Andy, come in. Just come in and have a drink. Like, it's such a long-winded process to go for what is clearly just some bloke who's pissed on Christmas Eve.
And do you know what? I bet it's one person keeping that tradition alive. Do you know what I mean? It's one bloke.
Yeah, he's the one.
It's the same person that does Santa's sled in your neighbourhood every year. Yeah. It's that same bloke.
The Prestatyn pony. Egbert says, great show as ever. Will we still be doing watch-alongs when we're allowed back in Old Trafford up the paddock? Yes, we will still be doing watch-alongs when we're allowed back in Old Trafford. Don't you worry about that. Joe's Kindle said, pusher denier. He hooks people in from a barge. There you go. He goes past
theory. He's
on
not
a barge.
Pusher, he's a puller.
Hang about. He hooks people in from a barge.
Mm-hmm.
Like hook a duck?
No, yeah. Like little Bo Peep from Toy Story. We know that little.
But from a barge. So what he's doing is he's waiting for you to have a conversation. If you're having a conversation with somebody and your back's to the canal,
and then you just
and somebody creeps up on you with a long stick and just
a real heavy
in.
diesel engine.
Yeah,
that's the noise, and then just someone gets yanked off.
Also, what a barge is like 4 miles an hour.
Oh, they're slow. They're slow. Yeah, I holidayed on a barge this summer.
Did you?
No. Well, I did. No, right. Sorry.
What?
I stayed on one.
Lie.
I did.
No,
it's not a lie.
lie.
I did stay on one, but I didn't. I only stayed overnight on it. I wouldn't say I holidayed on it, and it was in where was it?
I don't know.
Somewhere in North Manchester.
Sounds to me like you're trying to cover your tracks.
Well, you can't. You don't need to in a barge. That's the great part about it. Just a few ripples. That's all you leave behind. I liked it on the barge though. It was good. It's not very good if you're really tall, as you can probably imagine. But they're good. They're nice. Went on a little barge trip. Took about 6 hours.
Nice. We did one for my mate's birthday.
What, barge trip?
Yeah. Down the canal and that.
Like a barge.
Before and after the game, actually, funnily enough.
That one that like the one that you can pay to go on, the red ones that go down Castlefield. Yeah, I know the ones. They used to go past my house when I lived in Castlefield.
Did they?
Yeah, I never got to go on it. I think they're shut down now, though.
Are they?
Yeah, booze barges and that. You can't do them now, can you? Just swimming death traps then now, aren't they?
I remember once when I was reporting there was a canal taxi they started. It was a new story. We did a thing on this canal taxi.
Yeah, that used to be there as well. That's closed down and all.
One of the first journeys in it. Yeah, like I'd get up at 5 a.m. and go to Stretford Canal. And it's like reporting all these people in rush hour are missing out on the opportunity to bypass all the traffic on the canal taxi.
It's really convenient, providing that you live really near water.
Yeah. And you're not actually man taking 45 minutes to do a 5-minute journey.
Yeah, and it's freezing as well.
It's slower than walking. It's freezing, and if you don't live nearby, it's shit.
Yeah, but other than that, it's mint.
Yeah. But it's got a cool logo, so there you go.
There you go.
I remember that used to be that was in Castlefield, one of them.
Yeah.
I never got to go on that either.
Oh, mate.
One time I was walking past one of those barges, and so I was across the other side of it. It was on the other side of the canal, and the side that was facing the water, there was a dog stood on the ledge, like on the waterside ledge, just barking, like stuck on the outside of this canal. And it couldn't get back round it. It'd come round the outside of the barge and was stuck. This was like 8 a.m. and it was my day off. It was like the best 2 hours ever. Like people trying to get this dog back. It was very good. So, but they couldn't get round the other side because the other side that the barge was on was like a home. What's it called? Industrial, not industrial, but the opposite of that. When it's someone's house, what's that mean?
Residential.
There you go.
The opposite of industrial.
Opposite of industrial is residential. So you couldn't get to it because it was like a gated community on the other side.
Oh, was it?
So then they couldn't get to it. So this dog was there, and this man had to climb over. He climbed over this fence, got over, dog bit him straight away.
Yeah, well,
Really? That's brilliant.
I'll
So
teach
good.
you.
Just bit him straight away. Then they sent for the owner of the barge, who just refused to turn up, and the dog was there barking for hours. Such a great day that was. I think the dog was put down eventually, but that's what you get for trespassing.
That's a joke, by the way. That is a joke.
Well, is
the
it?
dog wasn't put
Is
down.
it?
Yes,
I bet
it
you.
is.
I bet you. If
No.
it's kept up what it was doing on that day,
No.
it can't have lasted
No.
long because it was a real tearaway.
No, it wasn't. No, it's alive and well.
It was a sort of a Akita looking type of thing. Do you know those like ones where they sort of blur into kind of polar bear territory? Very thick.
Oh,
legs.
like a husky Akita cross.
Yeah,
sort of
one
thing.
of those
Yeah.
sort of things. But yeah, I'm sure it's fine. I'm only joking. But yeah, it was stuck there for ages. What a morning that was.
Akitas are quite silent breeds, so if it was howling all the time, it wouldn't have been Akita.
Right.
Huskies are known for
Great.
barking.
Dickhead.
Yeah.
Get fucking. It's embarrassed us all.
You stupid
Hey,
fat idiot.
I'll show you a picture of it.
It was well, it obviously wasn't.
No, it wouldn't have been Akita. Akitas
Thanks,
are,
Freddy.
are known as being...
Akitas are notoriously silent.
Well, they are.
And they hate canals. That's
Akitas are silent Japanese guard dogs, and they are known for their silence and not getting along with other animal breeds either.
My mate's sister used to have an Akita when we were kids. And it was really scary to be around. It used to eat tripe. Do you remember when I said I know the smell of tripe?
Tripe's horrible.
Did it used to bark loads?
Is that a shot? No, was he offside?
I guess not.
What?
I don't remember it barking loads, no. I remember it running about a lot. There was strong,
he onside there,
powerful dog.
Bruno? It's very close.
Powerful. Very, very powerful, that dog. Yeah, I was always terrified of that.
Didn't really get hold of it, did he?
Just ate pure tripe, that thing.
Tripe's minging. That's the worst thing I've ever had.
For anyone who don't know, tripe is what, intestines?
I think it is. It's lining or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
It's like the
Stomach lining
Stomach
or-
lining and shit.
It's
Yeah.
fucking vile. I remember Freddie Flintoff once on League of Their Own drank a pint of it.
Really.
Pint of
To be
tripe.
fair,
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
solid,
To be
isn't
fair,
it?
my dog eats all sorts of fucking nasty shit.
Really?
Like,
Like
yeah, he
chicken's
eats,
feet and
he
that?
eats chicken's feet, he eats pig's ears, he eats snouts, he eats
What dog have you got, sorry?
tracheas, Jack Russell. He eats pizzle. Do you know what pizzle is?
I do, yeah, but...
Pizzle?
Yeah.
Isn't that like the gangster version of piss?
Yeah, kind of.
He eats piss. He eats
My
piss.
pizzle.
Hey, yeah.
What I do...
Freddie, that dog of yours eat piss, does it?
What
Eats my pizzle,
What
yo.
I've got is I've got some ice lolly moulds that I keep next to the toilet. And if it's a cold day, I'll have a piss.
My pizzling with my pizzle.
I don't know.
You're close, though. You're very close
Yeah,
to
you're
what
not
it is.
far
Whoa,
away.
is
Oh,
that a
that's
penalty?
dreadful.
Oh, it's a fucking penalty
That's
already.
Do you know when we said there'd be
absolutely
penalties today?
And that's Dan. Is Dan James give away a
Dan
penalty?
James, what the fuck
Mate,
hell are you doing there? This is just stupid.
This is literally the last thing we needed to happen.
But the thing is why would you do this? Look
Yanna's
at
eye
this.
with a little ball there through.
Look at this.
The guy who's just stood his ground, Dan
Oh,
James,
it's
has got into the back of it.
fucking
Back of him,
needless.
sorry. And he's bought it, but it's a penalty. The kids bought the penalty, but it is
He
one.
stepped
No,
across
but
him
even
and he's just run
so,
into
it's
it.
needless, that, isn't it? Yeah, I said we needed to play Dan James. I thought he had. I thought he played the last couple of games. Dan James has looked really impressive. I'm not his biggest fan, Dan James, by the way. I've constantly said he's not good enough for United. He's barely good enough for the bench, and he offers one thing. However, the last two games, I hold my hand up and say that he's played really well, particularly against Sociedad and also against Newcastle. He's earned his place starting for now. Now, with daft shit like that, is the reason why he's not going to be in the team for much longer.
Sorry, behind it, you can see he's behind the line there. He's got onto the line. I thought he was going to try and save it from that.
I mean, you don't expect him to save it, do you? But it'd be nice. When was the last time we saw United goalkeeper save a penalty?
Oh, that's
What
a terrible
the-
penalty.
He's chucked it wide.
That's
fuck was
genuinely
that?
one of the worst penalties I've ever seen in my
terrible.
life.
Well done, Dan James.
It's just gone over and wide, and he's
was
done this
winless,
little,
yeah.
he's done a little hop thing as well.
Yeah, if you're gonna
Oh,
run, if you're gonna run like you're in the Matrix
Right.
Reloaded, you've got to fucking
Wow,
sink that
look how
penalty.
wide that is. Is it the stairs?
Let's have a look.
Let's get it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is
Hopping isn't for
miles
everybody.
away.
Let's get that out
Jesus
there.
wept. That's about 10
That's
yards wide.
miles away, isn't it? That's dreadful. If you're the manager there, then oh god,
Sub
you're going
him.
the grass.
Sub him. Sub him.
Sub him.
Because, admittedly, their chance of winning this is very slim, even if they'd have scored that. But the only way they could have possibly won is if they got a couple of goals in the first 20 minutes. That would have been a step in the right direction.
If you
wouldn't
get a
it?
goal in the first in the first 10-15 minutes, you start to think to yourself, well, we're 1-0 up, but it becomes more possible. Like, for example, the game is pretty much dead and buried as it is. Barring a fucking catastrophe, the game is dead and buried. Now, I know that I keep saying that, and it's touching wood every time, but you've got to be pragmatic about it. But if we get to half time and it's still 0-0, then that's it done.
Yeah, exactly. If they don't start scoring this off, they've got no chance, have they? We've got a super chat from Abdullah Ibrahim, regular contributor to the channel. He said, I like that Henderson didn't dive.
Who's marking him?
Might have put Oyarzabal off. It might have put him off because he sort of leapt up in the air like Bruno does, and Henderson just went.
But even so, you expect that to go on target.
Yeah, you can't just miss the target.
You can't miss the target completely.
No, absolutely not.
That was, it was woeful, wasn't it? Do you remember when we played?
Good defender by Lindelof.
Was that Lindelof?
Yeah.
Do you remember when we played Sunderland? We had penalties in the League Cup.
I don't.
We played Sunderland in the semi-final under Moyes, and we had penalties. Yeah. And I remember Danny Welbeck missed his, but Phil Jones, remember when he took his penalty, and it's like he stopped running. You know when he run up to the penalty. Yeah. It's like he stopped running too soon.
So
he had to lean to take his penalty.
He had to lean.
Who's marking number 10 here?
It was. Oh my god!
Literally, just watch that number 10 drift through the whole team. We've started so poorly, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, it's not good.
But that penalty
this is what we all predicted
was
though,
as bad as the Phil Jones
really?
one. Yeah.
Up there with the levels.
Yeah.
Look at number 10 here.
With the captain's
Look at the
armband
number
on.
10. Look at the number 10 next to the referee. Look at him. Look how much space he's in, and he moves to the far side. Watch him.
Yeah.
No
one's ever within 5 yards of him.
Nobody was picking him up then for maybe 15 seconds. He was in miles of space. Yeah. Worrying. That's kind of worrying. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think we're going to lose this game. But at the same time, you look at that and you think, what's going on? Who's meant to be picking him up?
Yeah, it's not good enough, is it?
No, it's not. What I think is really interesting is how much more Real Sociedad are getting at United. They are pressing them high up the pitch and they're winning the ball back high up the pitch and they're causing plenty of problems like this. United, at the moment, can't get out their own halves. The defensive line is way too deep and, yeah, it looks like we are a little bit muddled up.
Mm-hmm. It's almost exactly what we thought would happen, isn't it? United are playing like we've won this. And obviously, we probably have, but it still looks bad, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think, again, at the beginning I said, we'll not read too much into this performance because we are, for all intents and purposes, through, barring a catastrophe. Obviously, you still want a good performance and everything like that, but I did think, didn't I? I mean, I did mention that I didn't think United had put in a good performance today.
Yeah. No. And so far, it's not been good. I mean, plenty of time to turn it around, isn't there? Back to where we were before, Freddie.
Hi.
Pizzle.
Pizzle.
Jay was making a guess at what it is.
Pizzle is a bull's penis, known for its muscliness.
Right. Is it expensive?
No, it's like.
Why do you want to get a few in for the lads?
I'm just curious because it sounds quite niche. I thought it might be expensive.
It seems like it, doesn't it?
Depends what surgeon you use for the operation.
If he's willing to sneak into farmland, then it's much cheaper.
No, it's like £1, £1.50, something like that.
Okay. You don't get the full thing though, do you?
Well, when you say get the full thing, it is in it's in like the shape of a butt. It doesn't look like a dick. So, you know, like the chicken feet look like feet and the rabbit's ears look like ears.
Yeah.
This doesn't look like a cock anymore. It looks sort of like a bar.
All right, okay.
Like a Yorkie.
Yeah, sort of like a Yorkie.
Is someone peeling an orange in here?
Is that him over there?
It is with his
packed lunch.
Satsuma. He brings a packed lunch in and he's eating a packed lunch at 8:20. That's real. Oh, the bus was a bit late on the school trip. Don't have your packed lunch yet because there's traffic and you won't eat till gone
proper
10
serial
when we
killer
arrive
tackle
at
to me.
American Adventure.
Do you know what I had before I came here? A beef bourguignon.
What is that? I've heard of that. Is it a stew of some description?
Sort of like a creamy stew with beef and onions and mushroom.
You cook that yourself?
Yes.
What do you have with that? Is that like a rice thing or a bread thing?
It's usually either on its own or with rice, but I actually had it with French fries.
Oh, nice.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
As the French do. It's a French dish, that, isn't it, surely, with that kind of name?
What, bourguignon?
Bit
Yeah,
French,
I reckon
innit?
so.
Could be Austrian at a push. No, they're a bit German, aren't they? I don't know what I'm talking about. I think the timer is slightly messed up. We need to get a new timer. Can we, Callum, write it down somewhere, sort out new timer. Thank you. Thank you, my scribe. Just because this timer, it fades
me a quill.
It fades out of existence. Like we're currently
Take
like
a
10
letter.
seconds behind.
You know,
so people who are lining this up with their stream at home
even
isn't accurate.
Even though you know that this tie's sort of dead in the water, it still feels a bit filthy watching United camped inside their own half. Do you know what I mean? It feels a little bit,
Especially when we're all going, this lineup's a bit strong, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then now it's can't touch the ball.
Well, the thing is, though, is if you're most of the players on this pitch, what have you got to play for? What are you asked about?
Yeah.
Like, if you're Bruno Fernandes, who, I mean, let's be fair, he's got a great winning mentality and he wants to play every game. But what are you asked
Well
about?
done, Dan James.
I think, though...
Dan James winning that back was excellent.
Into Marshall, into Bruno, just gives
I'd
it
have
away.
thought, though, that every player... I'm not just saying every player who plays United got some spirit, but... You know, if you're Anthony Martial, you need some goals. You haven't got any goals. You're Bruno Fernandes, you're captain the side. You've got that, as you just said, mentality to win all the time. If you're Dan James, you're having a great run. You want to carry that on.
Bruno,
you know, you think that all these players would have a bit of something to prove.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Not more than just professional pride of not wanting to lose a game, but also, you know, being part of a good performance and maybe giving Ollie something to think about, because a lot of them aren't nailed on first teamers, are they?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you're right. And you'd hope to have that mentality.
Yeah, because I think Greenwood as well. Greenwood could probably do with a goal, couldn't he? Because he's not exactly.
Yeah,
been prolific
certainly
this
Martial
season.
and I think Greenwood as well. I think Greenwood's got less goals than Martial this season.
How
I know the
much-
expectations
Yeah,
are different,
he's-
so
he's
that's why there's
not
been less
really
pressure.
How much, let's say a team is interested in Martial this summer, how much are you letting him go for?
How much am I letting him go for? How much do you think we'd get for it?
No, how much are you letting him go for? You're in charge. How much is the minimum amount you'd let Martial go for?
I think if someone offered... I mean, Bruno was fucking 45 plus add-ons, wasn't he? As Lindelof heads it across there and just gets cleared out. I think somewhere in the region of 50 million.
I was going to say 50 plus as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's the minimum. I think we'd hopefully get a bit more than that, but you wouldn't get 80, 90.
You can't, especially if he carries on this season the way it's been going. You can't sell a striker who's just scored. Let's say he finishes on 15 goals in all competitions. It's not. It's going to be hard selling it.
To be honest with you, we'd be probably lucky to get 50 million for him. Do you know what I mean? Because he's in his mid-20s now, and he's had one season where everyone went fuck, and every other time, look, that's a great turn.
There you go.
And a decent shot as well.
Great effort there.
Yeah, that was good.
Just bang on cue.
See, he can do stuff like that as well. That just makes it so infuriating.
Yeah. Vion Batir with the super chat said, if Bruno gets subbed off, who wears the armband? Good question. I would probably say Lindelof.
I'd prefer Bailly to
Would you?
have.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't pick Lindelof, but I think that's who would probably get it. Or maybe Matic.
I was thinking
Matic.
Matic is what I'd go for. Yeah, like you say.
I think it would be Matic, and I think I would pick Matic as well, personally. Would you go by?
You know what? Now you've said Matic, I sort of forgot he was there. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Matic
Just
is
age-wise,
probably
isn't it? Make it an age thing, so then you don't have to question whether it's like quality or seniority or whatever. Just whoever's oldest. Dan James?
He's, again,
Sprightly.
apart from his ridiculous mistake before, he's not started the game badly.
No.
Do you know what I mean? And again, I honestly have been his most vocal critic since a month after he came to Old Trafford. Do you remember when he had that first month and everyone was like, oh, he looks really good, this lad.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
he fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
I've been his most vocal critic that he shouldn't be there, he should be out of the club, and he's not good enough. But the last 2 or 3 games, he's put in great performances.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean?
He was good against Leeds as well, before that, in the little spell he had before that.
And you've always got to try and be as sort of fair as you can. Do you know what I mean? And even if there's players that you don't like, if they're putting in good performances, you've got to hold your hands up. And that's what I'm doing with Dan James at the moment.
Yeah. I've always thought, me and you spoke about this, that this season was make or break for him. I felt a bit for him last season, because like you said, Freddie, he had a great first month, but then, obviously he lost his dad, he was still dealing with that, and I felt as well that he flattered to deceive a little bit. People then thought, this £12 million signing,
This is
hey,
nice.
we're in here.
Fred goes around the goalkeeper and pulls it back.
Oh, it's
to
a great
Bruno.
idea.
Bruno!
Oh, is it a box?
I think he saved that, didn't he?
That was a beautiful...
Lovely play.
That was
there.
a beautiful passage of play. And do you know what? Fair play to Fred for
really
having
good
the
run.
awareness and the presence of mind. First of all, to make this run here, which is an excellent run.
Onside.
But secondly, to play this pass back. It was a no-look pass, blind.
I think he's got lucky there. I think that's to Greenwood, if I'm being honest.
You think so?
Yeah, but either way, he's made a good run and found a pass.
Yeah.
Oh, and he doesn't save it, just hits the bar.
Oh,
Bruno. Very
mate.
close. Unlucky.
That would have been that.
So you were talking about Dan James.
Yeah, well, me and you spoke about Dan James, haven't we? A lot, Joe, even when he was on Devils. And I felt he's sort of... People thought, he's coming in as a squad player, then he gets a couple of goals and he's playing every week. And I think it was a bit too much for him, to be fair. And there were moments, the game at the Etihad, I thought he was very good, last season away in the league. But by and large, his form disappeared, didn't it, for a big chunk of the season. And this season he's done all right. It was like I said, he had a good game against Leeds. He's had a good game, a few good games, and I think there's still a player there that can be a squad player for United. I don't think he's going to be playing week in, week out. But
no,
I hope I'm proven wrong. I'd be happy to be proven wrong.
Do you know what? Yeah. If he never is a starter, I can accept that because I don't think he's technically very gifted.
Right.
I don't think he's good enough. I think he's particularly poor in terms of link-up play and keeping hold of possession and recycling possession. It's like he's never learnt how to do it before in his life. But his raw attributes in terms of his pace and the amount of ground that he covers and his attributes as a defensive winger mean that maybe there is a place for him in the squad if he works hard. But I think you're right in what you're saying, in that the best that we... Bloody hell. The best that we can hope for from him, I think, is to be a squad player who's decent at coming in to give a bit of rotation and can offer an option on the bench.
And actually, we don't have that many of those players anymore because we've got rid of half of them.
Dude, you need those players to win titles. Yeah. I always said this. You need a John O'Shea if you want to win a title. You need a player that can come in and can slot anywhere along 4 or 5 positions and can do a decent job. Isn't going to be a world beater, but can do a decent enough job. That's how winning squads are made.
Yeah.
Do you know what? James Milner is a classic example over at Liverpool. He's not a world-beating player, but he can play in about 4 different positions and do an all right job. And you need players like that.
A few utility guys.
You need utility men.
We always had him, didn't we, under Fergie? Like you say now, John O'Shea, Phil Neville did that job for quite a few years as well. Park Ji-sung, of course. He played, John O'Shea went it. Oh, yeah, it was birthday. Is it Park Ji-sung's birthday?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, happy birthday, Park. Yeah. Didn't know that. Missed out. I should have done a tweet.
Go on. Ronaldo, get a tweet, mate. Yeah, but we had quite a few of those down the years, didn't we, those sorts of players?
Yeah. Do you remember when John O'Shea went in goal?
Yeah.
Against Spurs. Kept a clean sheet as well, didn't he?
He was sensational in goal. Did he even make a save?
Yeah, he made about 4.
Did he?
Yeah, he had it right, Stormer. John O'Shea's showreel, right, is the best of anyone in the world, right? You've got him megging Figo. You've got him going in goal and keeping clean sheets. You've got him scoring an absolute worldie against Arsenal. You've got him scoring in front of the Kop in the 93rd minute.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, if you just took it into 30 seconds...
Playing any position.
He looks like he's the greatest player that's ever lived.
He played in net. He played up front. The Denise Lewis of footballers.
And do you know what?
There's
an amazing goal that he scored when he played as a centre mid against Arsenal when we beat
that's it. That's the one. Yeah,
and he just
the chip. That's what I mean.
And his celebration goes like,
yeah, he looks unreal.
Like,
you think, who is this John
O'Shea
O'Shea guy? He must have a statue outside Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Free kick to United on the sort of 25 yards out. Tell us to whip it in. Near post.
Ooh.
Oh, it's good defending that. I think Dan James.
I was about to say, did he win ahead of that?
Foul away there, apparently. Luke H with a super chat. If Ahmad scores tonight, the trousers are off. That's fair. That's fair. If I was at home, they wouldn't be on, I don't think. The only reason I wear trousers
is that because they dig in?
No, it's not because they dig in.
He's done it again,
They make elastic, Freddie. They make elastic.
He's done you again there.
No, but the only reason I wear trousers at home is because I don't want to put the heating on. Because I don't want to pay for it. Peter Kelly with a super chat as well. He said, it's the Gar he played that helped his keeping. The Gar? Oh, is it Gaelic football?
Yeah.
Gar. It's the Gar he played that helps his keeping, Jay.
Yeah, well, that explains it all because he was fantastic in goal.
He was. Gaelic Athletic Association.
Oh, shite.
Oh, God.
As Sociedad have about 2.5 shots on goal and Henderson sort of clears it up.
I have a question.
Harry Henderson, sorry. Fat joke number 8. Sorry for keeping track.
I have a question for you both. What do the films Elf and Legally Blonde and Catch Me If You Can and X2 of the X-Men series and Shrek 2 all have in common?
All movies.
Yeah, all movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that it?
Nope.
Oh.
There's more to it than that.
Okay. They've all... Jay? Set you up for one there.
Elf, Legally Blonde, X2, and Shrek. Catch Me If You Can.
Are they all
Shrek
films
2.
that are in everyone who's about 31-year-old's DVD collection?
You're on the right line.
Really?
Sort of.
You've got them?
No. It is loosely tied to Manchester United.
Okay.
It's not.
Oh, they're the films that Michael Owen's seen?
No.
Because he's only seen about 6, hasn't he?
No.
Oh, right. I thought it might have been.
X2.
How does that link in? Rene Muhlenstein wasn't in all of these films, was he?
Do you want to have your mind blown?
Go on then.
They are all films that are older than Shola Shoretire.
Fucking hell.
Do you know what?
Wait.
When Shoretire was born, right? When Shoretire was born, Dodgeball came out 3 months later.
Oh.
Wow.
Does that not blow your fucking mind to pieces?
That's knocked my chips right into orbit. That has. Wait, tell me those films again. Legally Blonde, that fair enough, that seems old. What else?
Catch Me If You Can.
I couldn't put a date on that, so fair enough.
Elf is the big one.
New. That came out 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's upsetting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Dodgeball was the one for me where I went, fuck off.
Yeah.
Dodgeball.
Because that means Vince Vaughn hasn't been in a good film in nearly 20 years, which is mad, isn't it?
Do you know what? I reckon Shola Shoretire looks at Elf the way that I look at It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Miracle on 34th Street,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Fucking hell, Grandpa, who did this? Yeah, never-ending story and all that.
It is mental.
Yeah, that's upsetting. That's really difficult to take on, that is. Someone said, and this is a common thing, you'll have heard this one, but have you seen this thing where you're going out on a night out and you give the bouncer your ID and they give it back straight away and you're like, fucking hell, that was quick. And like, yeah, your name started with a 19, so I know you're old enough.
Yeah.
Your date, your birthday. It's like anyone who was born, if your birthday starts with a 19, you're fucking well old now.
Yeah.
That's shit, isn't it?
Yeah,
Do you know what else?
I thought I was underage.
Do you know what else with the Shola vibes? You're gonna love this. He was born in the same week that Facebook was invented.
That's the best one so far. That's really good, that. X-Men 2 came out in 2003.
Was it 2004 he was born?
Yeah.
So it's,
He was born February the 4th, 2004, I think.
Good
something
defending
like
by Eric Bayer there, tracking the man
well
back and then turning him twice.
I'll tell you how old he's. Well, yeah, he's,
Go on.
70s. He's not that young though, is he? Because when he was born, were Arsenal champions when he was born, or they won the Champions.
2004, yeah, they will have been.
That's ages ago.
That's true.
What's this?
Put it that way.
Yeah.
When he was born, Arsenal
won the league.
That's how long ago.
Yeah, he's not exactly a kid, is he?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that is
yonks ago.
It's some lovely defensive cover that by Eric Bailly, showing that he is the best defender at United, I think personally. And also as well had Alexander Isaac in his pocket, like he had him for the first leg.
He did. Paul Hurst, journalist Paul Hurst, has tweeted about Dean Henderson being very vocal tonight. Apparently, he just shouted, "Aaron, get back in here!" Like it's Aaron Wan-Bissaka's mum. Hey, get back in here!
You did it,
You'll finish this before you go out. I told you that. Tea's on.
Do you know what though? It's good that though because we lack we lack a bit of that. Don't
Apparently,
we?
shouted it several times to Wan-Bissaka while he was organising a defensive cover on the halfway line.
Dean Henderson.
There you go. Well done, Dean.
You love to see it, don't you?
Yeah.
You love to, did you see the thing about the Barcelona players kicking off?
Yeah.
When Gerard Piqué
Griezmann
was
and-
screaming, going, "Fucking hell, we need to keep possession," and Griezmann just went, "Shh, stop fucking shouting."
Really?
Shut
you're like,
I'm French,
I've won-
and so I do not like shouting. Be
I've won
quiet.
everything there is to win twice, and you're telling me what to do. You've been a fucking flop at 100 million.
But do you know what? It is interesting because we like to see players shouting. We like to see players passionate and stuff like that.
Passion.
But if you're also a professional footballer, you've seen and heard that all before. How much does it really? How much does it really?
I think it must matter a bit because when you hear former professionals talking about vocal leaders and this sort of thing, people do tend to put weight behind it. People do. I think some people do like.
If you look at Turin, for example, Kino in Turin. If you watch that game, I mean, I'm not trying to be revisionist here, but you can argue that David Beckham's probably the best player on the pitch. But it's what Kino does other than just his performance. He's getting everyone going. He's in everyone's ear. It's a sort of tour de force performance because of not just what he does with the football or tackling or whatever. It's actually the way he's getting his teammates going as well.
He's the conductor.
He is.
Yeah.
So it's it's obviously an important part of certain games. I mean, all right. Real Sociedad at home when you're 4-0. It's probably not the
This
most
is the game, Jay.
Yeah.
When we get the DVD of this year,
I'm going to get
look back and you'll say, Dan Kino
February the 25th, 2021.
Kino in Turin.
Yeah.
Ronaldo in Moscow.
But
Dan James
it is
against
really nice.
Sociedad.
It is really nice to see, though, that Dean Henderson properly gives a shit about keeping a clean sheet. Do you know what I mean?
This is the thing, mate, I was saying earlier. I think that I get where you're coming from. It's like, how much does this matter? But for some of these players, it will, because it's like Henderson will want a clean sheet.
Yeah.
The players who are fringe players will want to prove a bit of themselves. And then, the lads who haven't scored much this season will want to get on the score sheet. So there's no excuses, really, for this game.
Do you know what? I'm not sold by Mason Greenwood's defensive work on the wing.
Right, okay.
He doesn't. It's not his favourite thing.
It's not his favourite thing in the world. I've just noticed it again there, and it's like you see that a little bit too much, don't you?
This is so sad. Alexa Play Despacito with the super chat has said, since when was the kid from Sixth Sense on this? I think you're getting a Haley Joel Osment reference here.
I can see that.
I look like the kid from Sixth Sense.
Haley Joel Osment. Have you seen him recently?
No.
Right.
Let's have a look.
It's not the worst shout I've heard, that, actually, to be fair.
To be fair, I'd take that over Stephen House.
Have you got one now? Have you got a picture of him now? That's
yeah, there you go.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I'll take
If
that.
one cuts to my camera there, you can maybe see that. Is that too bright?
I can see it.
Let's turn it down. Too dark.
Let's have a
So
look.
somewhere in the middle would be nice. There you go, look.
Let's have a look.
There you go, that's it.
Oh, shit, is he talking about me or you?
I think he's talking about you, I'd have said. Just because of the...
Oh,
yes!
God, what a save. What a save that was.
That's Dan James with an header.
Yeah, do you know what? That's a fairly good shout, to be honest with you.
I'm
You can
quite
have that, mate. You can have it. I'll take it over Howson. I'm slowly improving.
Yeah.
Do you ever get any celebrity lookalikes, Jay?
I've had Ashley Young in the past when I was a bit skinnier.
Ashley Young?
Yeah, when I was a bit skinnier.
Would you say potentially quite a lazy?
It's lazy, isn't it?
comparison?
Oh, you're
Yeah.
brown with a bald head. Yeah, you look like Ashley Young.
Yeah. You gave yourself one last night.
Oh, Lee Grant.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Yeah, Lee Grant. Yeah.
Really?
I would say equally root one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the most sort of original idea, is it?
No.
But no, other than that, I haven't really got any. I can't think of. I mean, get involved in the comments if you want to give me one. I'm not bothered.
Have you,
Do you know what I mean?
You've had a few.
Literally shitloads.
Yeah, go on.
literally
Just
shitloads.
run through the.
Guy with beard.
Henry VIII.
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
doing this in chronological order.
Okay.
Henry VIII.
Really? I thought you'd have got a few Greek philosophers, maybe some of the bigger guys.
Henry. Some of
You're
the
a
bigger
ringer.
guys.
You're a ringer for Plato.
You've called me fat 8 times.
It's Henry VIII. I get Action Bronson.
Yeah.
I get Rag and Bone Man.
Yeah.
I get WWE wrestler Braun Strowman.
I don't watch wrestling. Sorry.
There's a wrestler that looks like me.
You're into your wrestling, aren't you? Does he look like him?
I'm not really into wrestling.
Oh, yeah. I just made an assumption based on no evidence whatsoever.
Based on the fact that I've got long hair.
Yeah, you're into
You're
that.
probably
aren't you?
into wrestling
Yeah,
and Monster
hey,
Energy.
Yeah.
I don't really watch wrestling.
What do you get?
Do you want to know one I had when I was a kid?
Conchita Wurst.
I don't know who that is, but I'm guessing
That's the singing lady.
Yeah.
No, that's a lady with a beard.
X
Eurovision.
Factor.
I did get that a
Eurovision
bit,
winner.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've had
That's
that.
a good shout,
I've
actually.
had that, yeah. I thought that was going to be a fat one. Jesus Christ, obviously, constantly. In public, from angry women in the street.
Fat Jesus.
Not really fat Jesus so much as just regular Jesus.
If Jesus.
Completely unnecessary to put the fat in that.
If Jesus took the 5,000 meals and fed himself.
Yeah. How dare you? Jesus, I was getting my hair cut when I was about 14, and my barber said I look like Ashton Kutcher, which
What?
is so,
Really?
And
so
you let him cut your hair.
Well, what do you want me
He's
to?
obviously blind.
He wasn't a good barber. He wasn't a good barber.
The weight thing though now, isn't it?
It's the weight thing. It's flucting. I get Vanessa Feltz a lot on that front.
You
Yo
look like-
dieting.
You look like Martine McCutcheon on testosterone boosters.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll absolutely take that. Thank you. Stephen Avery, of course. Steve, you continue to get to this day. Well, that's a foul by Fred there.
The Jesus one's relentless for you, don't it?
Yeah.
I know it's that in the chat. We always get that.
Yeah, the Jesus one's pretty constant. People shout that at me in the street.
That's
I've had a handful of people shout Jesus at me.
Really?
Are you sure they're not just like they've hurt themselves? Jesus Christ, and you're like, I'm getting it again.
Maybe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why can't I just lead a normal life?
No, yeah, I get that a lot.
Do you get all of Kings of Leon?
Yeah, Kings of Leon's another
that's
one.
a good one.
Yeah.
That's very good. Very good.
Magic numbers now.
Magic numbers, yeah, that's good.
Let's see what he did then.
Magic number is -7, by the way, which is how many pounds I'm down. Freddie, thank you very much.
Hey.
Kings of Leon, I think.
Yeah, I've had that one.
Any others?
But they've all got short hair now, Kings of Leon, haven't they? I think they've cut the hair.
Do you mind in Kings of Leon?
It's just whatever haircut you've got, I think is what we've decided, isn't it? It's to do with facial hair and hair.
Yeah. I mean, you give American rocker look, I think.
I'll take that.
Like, I think you could be any American rock band. No, it's not going to be a fat joke, I promise.
Okay, I'm waiting for it. Though,
it was just going to be nice.
Okay. Any American rock band?
Any American rock from about 2004 to about 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair comment.
That's fair enough. And Cam, with some of the worst comic talent I've ever heard, just going, anyone from 2004 2010, pause, who's fat in our headphones?
He was in.
He really smashed it.
That's
Cheers,
the sort
Cam.
of production we get here.
He was actually in 30 Seconds to Mars bars.
Very nice. I don't like Mars bars, actually.
Do you not?
Nah, they're shit.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. They're like fucking ready salted crisps of chocolate. They're so basic.
Crisps are all right.
That's so funny.
You would say that, though.
What do you mean? What's that meant to mean?
Mars bar is literally, other than plain block of chocolate, which is actually better because at least then you've got something about you. A Mars bar is like, I want multiple flavours, but I want them all to taste the same.
It's one of the leading selling
because
chocolate
most
bars
people
in the universe.
Do you know what I think is a really
apart from our viewers who we love dearly and appreciate your support?
You know what I think is a really poor choice of chocolate bar?
Go on.
Double decker.
That's shit. That is absolute garbage.
Because
what are you frowning at over there off camera?
I like a double decker,
You look at a double decker though,
well good,
and you go, that is too much effort.
Yeah,
it's so much effort to eat.
It's basically a Rubik's
double
cube, isn't it?
They're always the ones that are left over, and you know, like not in the
no
in the tin. What's the one they come in? Is it Heroes?
Yeah.
Fuck off. Yeah, no
we've
one's
got a
having
few. Someone giving us our celebrity lookalikes. You've got. Someone's retracted it. It was funny though. I think it was Haley Joel Osment with a thyroid condition was yours.
That's disgusting.
Sandra Bullock with a beard. Someone said I see Colin Jackson in Jay.
About me?
Again, I think it's ticking the very few number of boxes that your own suggestion.
I don't mind that. That's not, it's not beyond the realms of
Jermaine Jackson.
Neil from The Young Ones.
I'll say that.
Jared Leto.
You could have gone with
very much a low market Jared Leto. Jared Neto.
Yeah, very good. Nicely done. Nicely
done.
Thank
you very much.
Self-deprecating. We love it.
Joe looks like Jay Leno. No, he doesn't.
Doesn't look anything like
Jay Leno.
I mean, some of these I'll accept.
Jay Leno, you look like the opposite of Jay Leno.
I couldn't look less like.
I know.
That
is ridiculous.
Yeah.
None of us could, as a matter of fact. I look closest to Jay Leno.
Yeah,
Jay Leno's very distinctive anyway, with massive chin.
Yeah.
But no, I don't see any Jay Lenos there.
Freddie looks like Otis from The Waking Dead.
Oh, I'll tell you what else I get a lot. I get Helsinki off Money Heist.
I've not seen
that.
Watched it.
Is it Spanish, isn't it, that?
Yes. It's. I don't rate it, to be honest with you. I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's one
I watched
of those,
one episode of it.
What
was that noise that producer Cam just made? Meow.
It's one of those where, like, the professor is the guy behind everything, and he just knows everything.
Yeah.
And so, like, he'll sit down for a meal with somebody, and then, like, the guy won't eat the meal because he'll think it's been poisoned, but then he won't drink the drink because he thinks it's been poisoned, but then actually he'll have put poison under the seat, and it's like, oh, I knew all along. It's like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, some, like, puppet master, all-seeing eye.
I knew that you were going to reject this and do this, so I already did this, this, and this. It's like, oh, fuck off.
That sounds a bit much.
Yeah, but it is, it's weirdly addictive to watch because it moves at such a quick pace. Do you know what I mean?
I thought Breaking Bad was like that. I thought, for the first couple of seasons especially, it wasn't like, oh, this is amazing, but it moved so quickly and so much happening that you're like, oh, what's the next one to see? Do you know what I mean? Like, it was quite addictive like that.
Gustavo Frings.
Giancarlo Esposito, I think, is the actor there.
Someone's saying you look like Tom Morello, Jay. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't. Who's Tom Morello?
It looks like a guitarist.
Google. No, maybe.
I think he looks most like you in this picture here. With this
Make America Great Again.
Oh, well,
that's
you haven't won yours for a bit.
Yeah, I'm still. We're still fighting that decision. Stop the steal, or whatever it was called.
Stop the steal.
The American election.
Not stop the count. We're going to stop the steal.
Yeah, stop the steal.
Sounds like a fucking ITV game show.
Yeah.
Stop the steal with Paddy
I thought
McGuinness.
that's what it was called, wasn't it? That's what they were all going on about.
Stop the veal. Stop the veal.
Stop the veal.
That's a vegan one.
Yeah, there you go.
Apologies.
Food on the brain again.
We've got a super chat from Calzone or Calzone, depending on how you pronounce it. Or if you're, what's he called? The boss from Seinfeld. Calzone, I think he calls it.
Yeah.
Jay looks great. Sorry.
Well,
doesn't say that.
It doesn't. So you've just read that out and it doesn't even say that. Jay looks great.
Jay looks great.
Clip that up.
It doesn't
I'll
say
be using that on my Twitter
It says Jay
very
looks
shortly.
like Lee Grant, which Jay did say yesterday.
Yeah, I'll say that one.
But he doesn't say Jay looks great, although I think Lee Grant looks great. William Metz said, a woman called you Jesus in bed? Absolutely not. Unfortunately not, no. But yeah, there you go.
Jared
Nando. He's really trying to force a fat joke.
Awesome. That's up there with Janishai or
Nanch. Yeah, something like that, wasn't it?
Jared Nando.
Yeah. If Joe was fat, thank you, that suggests
If
not,
Joe was fat.
he'd be the comic book guy from Simpsons.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Some of these are just Jay, Chris Akabusi.
Now you're just naming black people. Do you know what I mean? Like Jay, Frank Bruno.
I've got to say,
Eddie Murphy.
I've always said you've had a look at Morgan Freeman about you.
It's like Chris Akabusi.
Fucking hell.
I do love Chris Akabusi though.
Rune Bugan says, the fact that you're talking more about lookalikes than the game says it all. Did Ole go and tell his boys to chill and keep it safe? I think he might well have done, to be honest. I believe it's half time.
It's half time. That came and went with a whimper, didn't it?
Yeah.
And it's good to see that our co-hosts have arrived.
Well, Steve did say if it's 0-0 at half time, he's not coming down. But
Really?
that's not part of his contract. He has to
Such
come
a
down.
fucking diva.
Yeah. Stop the Steal with Bradley Walsh. That sounds like a good show, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I could watch that.
I'd like Danny Dyer.
Do you know what? I fucking hate Bradley Walsh.
Whoa,
I
why?
hate it.
No,
I'll tell you why.
I'm not on this bus.
Because 1 in every 20 fucking Chase episodes, there's a question that comes up on, and it's like, oh, who is the inventor of the fucking cheese grater? And one of them's like fucking penis mingle sprout, and he's there going, and one of them's like fucking.
It's daytime banter.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
it's
it is.
just so pathetic, isn't it?
Our mate was on that the other day, wasn't he? Paul Rancaster, who's been on the channel, was actually on the Chase.
Really?
How did he do? I don't know.
He did right. He did. He got through to the final chase. Anyone who watches the chase will know what this means.
I think you're going to say anyone who watches the chase. Spoilers.
No. In the final chase,
yeah,
him and his co-team got 7.
7's dreadful. The fuck are you doing with 7? Do you know what else pisses me off
This
as
is
well?
so niche for people who don't live in England.
When it's the final chase as well, and the contestants always get, what is the exact figure of pi to 27 decimal places? And then the chasers get, spell the word the. And it's like, fuck off.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I felt for him, man, because he got, like I say, he got through the final chase, and then they had a shocker.
You know what you do if it's
Final
7 though, is you don't even wait for fucking Paul
go.
Sinner. You go, all right, mate,
right,
see
I'm
you
off.
later.
No, I've got a
Paul
bus.
Sinner. You
got
don't
a bus.
even wait for Paul Sinner or anything
I
like
don't
that.
look
You
like
just
Paul Sinner, if that's what you're referring. Now we're just
This
branching out to Asian people.
This is going too deep down the
Anyone
line of the
who's,
chase.
You know,
Ronan
not
Carroll.
white. Let's just throw him in. Do you know what I mean?
Ronan
That's
Carroll.
what it is in that shot.
Do you know what I mean?
Ronan
Mowgli
Carroll
from the
with a
Jungle
super
Book. You
chat.
look just like him.
Says Lame Impala. I think that's for me. Dare Taylor says Freddie Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, that's not a
Jay,
bad one.
Matt
That's not
Murray.
bad.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I've had that. Do you know, right?
Matt
I'll
Murray.
give him this one.
So
Do
you
know
like
why?
that one?
Do
Is
you
he
know-
handsome?
Do you know why I'll give you this one?
'Cause you like
Because my mum and dad took a screenshot of Matt Murray on the telly. Let's put it on Facebook and went, great to see RJ. Doing well on Sky Sports. So I can't criticise that one because even my own parents.
I love
were
that
on
banter.
one. Yeah, there's one where he's not
That's
got
Matt
a beard.
Murray.
And,
To be fair, he's a good-looking fella, him, isn't he?
Yeah, I'd say
he's a
Matt Murray.
good-looking lad.
And Joe Fat Keanu Reeves.
See, I don't like the ones where it's just they throw in a fat.
Why
Where
did
they go-
Steve come down? Speaking of fat fuckers, where's he? Yeah, it don't matter. He's not allowed to actually not come down just because it's 0-0. Fucking hell.
Anyone
Right.
who watches Stretford Paddock might notice that me and Joe are on practically every fucking video all the time.
Because Steve doesn't come down at 0-0, apparently, even though that's not a rule. We'll be going over to Alex and Ronaldo in a minute. No worse, but just different. What did you make of that first half, Freddie?
I barely watched any of it, to be honest with you, mate. It was, it's a bit insipid, isn't it? Everyone sort of feels like the game's won, or the tie's over, and it just feels like a formality is playing this out, to be honest with you.
Jay, thoughts?
No, Freddie's nailed it. I didn't really watch much of it, to be honest. We were just chatting. What I did see, it didn't look very exciting. If they'd have scored the penalty, they might have made a game of it, but they didn't. And I just want to see in the second half, give it 10-15 and get the likes of Shoretire and Diallo on. Give them a run out because, we're not going to concede 5 in the last half hour.
No, and like you said, Freddie, the closer we get to half-time, and now we're at half-time, at 0-0 still, the tie's essentially done now, isn't it?
It just
if it wasn't already.
It feels like it's done and dusted. It feels like everyone, even the Sociedad players, it just feels like everyone's playing it out. Do you know what I mean? And all I'm bothered about is, like I say, seeing Diallo, seeing Shoretire, and hopefully getting 20-30 minutes to watch him in action.
And hopefully Bruno doesn't get injured as well, because that would be pretty horrific, wouldn't it? Abdul Ibrahim says, are you guys ever going to have Rankcast Paul on? I think he's the genius behind... hashtag remove the curse. I don't know what that means. What curse? Some sort of curse. I mean, he was the genius behind that chase, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, we'll get him on again soon.
Definitely. Right.
We do love him.
Let's go over to Ronaldo and Alex for their half-time opinions on that. What do you think of that, lads? Bit dull, wasn't it?
That was well boring.
Testimonial settings.
The wrong camera. That's the right camera. That was it. That was well boring, wasn't it?
Testimonial settings.
How bad was that penalty? That was...
Do you know what? I thought it looked worse. Do you know what? I think he kind of thought, we're 4-0 down. If I'm going to score a penalty at Old Trafford, I'm going to put it right in the stanch.
Right.
Right in the top bins.
I've also got Bruno over there, who's pretty good at this little hop penalty. I'll have a go at that.
Oh, yeah, hop skip. Oh, yeah, he went for the hop skip.
You can't just do that.
Hop skip looked like a dick. That's what he's done.
So, shall we talk about what you were saying up there about different conspiracy theories, or do you want to actually talk about the game?
No, listen. I can't talk about half of my conspiracy theories.
No, you can't talk about
without being cancelled. So
we are going to
continue to speak about
what was the show we're going to do? What's it called? What was you saying you said before? Can I just put that out there?
I'll put that out. Just point it out there.
Just put that out there.
But they don't know half the stuff that I say.
Absolutely not. And that's what's worrying.
My mind runs wild.
That's what's very, 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 very worrying.
What it seems.
We'll have some stats for half-time soon, I'm guessing, but it was proper boring.
I literally only wanted to come on here at half-time to say the tie's pretty much done and dusted. It should be, but just get Amad Diallo on. That's all I want to see. I want to see 45 minutes of him. There's literally no reason. Yeah. We don't know why Steve decided not to come down.
He said it was
through the town.
No.
He's a bit of a joker.
Yeah, he is.
That role.
He likes that bit of banter. He tries to do Bruno completely. People going... Someone's asked, did Martial take his chance? And someone said, Martial is finished. What was your thoughts on Martial? Didn't really do too much.
From about the 1 minute of that half I actually paid attention to. I didn't really see him that involved in when he was. I don't think he did too much.
He had a few sharp touches. He had a decent little turn and shot. I
feel like Greenwood's quiet as well.
Greenwood's quiet, but everyone's quiet. Sociedad played that first leg. They played the dead high line, and we just absolutely battered him.
I feel like,
whereas in the second leg, they are sitting back a bit more. They've played some good stuff.
They have done. I think if I'm being honest, I think the best player on the pitch today has been Januzaj. Ironically, playing his heart out with no fans. Unlucky him. But it's also a situation where I think Fred's looking to stat pad.
Fred and Bruno.
Fred's doing the classic. It's 4-0. It's like a nothing game. I'm just going to sprint forward in the box at every opportunity and hopefully I can get a goal.
Before the penalty, by the way, the tackle by Dan James wasn't, I can't even, to be fair, trying to call it a tackle. He just runs into it.
He is tenacious.
I know, but you don't do it in the box.
No, but he has that tendency, Dan James, of just running into
people.
Because he knows that his main, primary, some people may argue sole attribute is speed.
He just runs about.
And he just runs about.
He just runs about. He runs about a lot.
That's
he ran about straight into someone, gave away a penalty, which I would give. Someone said I would give a Ronaldo conspiracy podcast a listen.
Nah.
See, this is the thing. Get in the comments. Let us know. We are gonna do the what was it?
I can't top the royal families. I can't even say, can I?
You can say. It's on YouTube somewhere. You can literally put in Ronaldo, Stretford, Paddock FC, and you say the royal family might be lizards.
Yes, I did, but it's the fact that I almost said something else. Not the David Icke kind of conspiracy. It's because I got a bit tongue-tied. And there's a word that's very similar to lizards that I said.
Wait, is Ronaldo a flat earther? Plandemic? What else are we going to talk about?
No, it's the David Icke. It's the royal family of lizards. Prince Philip's obviously dead.
Don't do it, Ronaldo. The Illuminati will shut you down. See,
MI6,
this is a thing.
MI5, all of them, all the MIs.
People going on there. Penalty should have been retaken because apparently it was encroaching in the box. The only time actually I watched it and got a little bit like this was good was Bruno's effort from about 40 yards away after Fred pulled it back, hit the crossbar.
Yeah,
remember that one?
That was the classic nosebleed moment from Fred though.
Yeah, where was he going?
A little dart. I don't know where he's going. I told you he's done it quite often. He's not always got the ball, but he's been making a proper run and dart into the box whenever he's got the opportunity.
Yeah, we've got. Like I said, Ronaldo said the role of were wizards, not lizards.
Not lizards. Nah, it was
Ronaldo and Joe Rogan with Alex Jones would be very good. You'd be out of your depth a bit with them two fucking going out of there.
But I could do the occasional irrelevant
just
chime
drop something
about
in
something
there.
random.
Yeah,
and it'd be like
which is
a complete gold.
Like
but no, it wasn't wizards. I said the royal family.
No, it's
I can't even say it's
release the Ronaldo files. We've got someone said, "Have you ever seen a baby pigeon, Ronaldo?"
How do we know? How do we not know that? All right. So are pigeons born adults, or are they robots? Because there's been an interesting change in behaviour by pigeons. Is it just me, or as you got older, have pigeons become extremely brave? It's almost like some people may argue they've become a little bit more sentient, but I think it's just the way they move is not a little bit not like other animals.
Ronaldo, is the snow in Texas real? We're not going to talk about the game because it was boring.
Oh, that's obviously a snow machine. That's a weather machine.
That's a weather machine. Okay.
Definitely
what
is. I saw people skiing in Texas as well, down the slopes.
Yeah, madness. The baby pigeon one's got me. Tinfoil hat, definitely. Release the Ronaldo files. That's the hashtag going about.
Baby pigeon.
Is Ronaldo okay? No, this is him.
I'm completely fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm completely fine.
I've lost the comments.
These are the kind of things that you think about when you're watching an absolute dire game.
Yeah. What else are you going to talk about? What else have we got?
And I don't think there's anything wrong with thinking the world's not how it seems.
Pigeons have a magnetic compass inbuilt, apparently. Do you reckon that's true?
Yeah, they do, because...
Someone's asking what is going on with this watch-along. Because what else are you going to talk about after we've just watched 0-0? If a game doesn't matter, was boring.
Bring on Diallo.
Bring on...
Back
unless Diallo...
Lads. That's all we have
to do. We need Diallo on. We want Shoretiri on. We want different players on.
All right, I will say, okay, back to Jesus, Jay, and Fred and his incredibly
we're not
small
hat. You can't... It is a small hat. You can't throw over to them, number one,
Fred,
because there's no producer there.
Wait, can I ask, why is your hat so small?
Why is my hat small?
Or is his head big? Or is his head bigger?
It's not. Oh,
it
looked like it only covered like a 1/5.
Ronaldo's not okay.
Shit. I didn't clock.
Is Australia real, Ronaldo?
Of course Australia's real.
Right, okay, good. Christopher Hawkins, you asked us once in a watch-along why people think you smoke weed, Ronaldo. This is why, lad. We can't send it back to the lads because there's only two of them over there. We also don't have a producer, so we're going to keep on talking. What else? People talk about you smoking weed, but I know that's not true. So
it's completely not
it's
true.
Not
that's
true.
The funniest
it's
thing.
not true.
That's your conspiracies, but I definitely don't.
So if the royal family of wizards is Jim Royal Merlin, that's from Ross Murphy. What do you reckon to that?
No, I'm not sure about that one.
No, you're not sure about that one.
They're definitely not wizards, but there's definitely something up with them.
What else have we got?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That saves everything.
I've read allegedly. What else about these? There's something more about pigeons here. Hang on. Pigeons. There's loads about why is pigeons such a thing?
Because
pigeons were the first version of Alexa I've got here.
Because they're fascinating.
Why are pigeons fascinating?
They just are, man. It's almost they've become part of humanity in a sense. They just walking and around us doing their own thing. I feel like we're in contact with them quite a lot for things that can fly.
Pigeons are coming on in the second half. Maybe it would make it more interesting.
It definitely would.
You have to have a pigeon on each side.
Has there never been like a bird or pigeon incident during a football game? Like it once flew onto the pitch?
Yeah, there's been a few.
I think there's been a few of them.
The birds aren't real, I've been told here. No birds are real.
What about the one about
rats with wings? I'm getting told. I could eat a dozen pigeons. Someone's eating pigeons.
Flying vermin, and also the fact that they're apparently birds and dinosaurs are quite.
Right, Ronaldo. What's your thoughts on aliens? Here we go.
That's an interesting question. The question I'm going to throw out to the people watching is, what do you believe scarier? The possibility that in the universe or the galaxy that they are aliens or other forms of life, or is it scarier that there's a possibility that we're actually the only ones?
That's a very good question. Get in the comments and answer that one. Joe just looked at me there and just said, do you have nothing else to say? And the answer is, Joe, no. I'm going to read out more ridiculous questions for Ronaldo. Who decided the alphabet was in alphabetical order?
How am I meant to know that?
To know, mate.
It's the way you can just make stuff up. Like a long time ago, and people just go along with it. But you can argue against it. Who decided A was first and Z was last?
Rory Wolf has put in, kangaroos aren't real. No way, there's these big dog squirrels that can scrap. I've not seen a kangaroo. Have you seen a kangaroo?
No, because I don't live in Australia.
No, that is true.
I think that goes in hand. People not thinking Australia exists and not thinking the kangaroos exist either.
There's definitely microbes on Titan frozen in the ice. There you go. There's all sorts.
Have people not answered that question? Because I think
there's been quite a few answers to it. There's a few people scared of being the only ones in the universe. Definitely scared for the only ones. Someone saying Joel's saying doesn't matter either way. Where else we go? No bird. The obvious bird incident was Ashley Young being shot in his mouth. There's a bird incident. But was that really bird poo, or was that something?
Apparently, that's good luck though. So is that?
On your head, not in your mouth.
Joe's saying on your head it's lucky, not in your mouth. We have coming on at half time. Here's what we need to do: let's bring on Marcus Rashford and Twanzebe. No, Rashford's coming on as well, and there's Brandon Williams.
Very interesting decision by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
So a few more. Are you a flat earther, Ronaldo?
No, I'm not a flat earther.
No flat earther. Would be scary if Godzilla was real. That would be scary. If Ronaldo did a wildlife documentary, you'd watch that.
I don't think you'd be very.
We can send it back over because. But anyway, so get your conspiracy theories in to the lads for the second half because football don't really matter, does it?
Doesn't really matter.
Hopefully, see Diallo.
Hopefully,
Rashford's coming on. Rashford, Captain Rashford, 5 years after making his debut. Over to the lads.
Why is Rashford coming on? What's the point in that?
I take it. Is that Bruno that's gone off then? Seeing as he's got the armband.
We must have. But what? So what? Twanzebe's coming off, fair enough. I think Brandon Williams is coming on, fair enough.
It seems like one of those things. I'm going to give you 45 minutes each to Bruno and Rashford.
But why? So you can maybe get injured. What's the point in that? That's really stupid, if you ask me. I mean, I know we don't want to lose 2 or 3-0, but
who's he come on for?
I would guess Bruno because he had the captain's armband on. Let us know in the comments whether you think that's a strange substitution.
So what is he going to play 4-4-2?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe put Rashford up front. Put Greenwood up front, potentially. Put Dan James on the right, Rashford on the left.
Well, Martial's still playing, isn't he?
So yeah, Greenwood and Martial up front, Dan on the right, Martial or Rashford on the left.
I put Greenwood and Rashford up front.
Yeah, maybe. But Williams, Twanzebe and Rashford replace Bruno, Wan-Bissaka and Fred. So Fred's come off for
maybe it's. I
someone.
mean, that's that Fred and Wan-Bissaka just giving him a bit of a breather because they are going to play on against.
Is this turning into a 3-5-2?
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's going to turn into a 3-5-2. So who did they replace? Greenwood?
No, who came off? Sorry, and who was
Bruno, Fred, and someone else. Wan-Bissaka, I think.
Bruno, Fred. Yeah, you're right. Bruno, Fred, and Wan-Bissaka off. Williams, Twanzebe, and Rashford on. I mean, I would have liked to have seen Marcus have the night off.
So they're pushing.
I'm not that fussed
so
about
they're
that.
pushing it into a 3-5-2 now, aren't they?
There's Eric Bailly, I think, crouching down there like he's hurt. I don't know what he's hurt. I don't want too much contact. There's a little bit of contact.
His
shoulder maybe, his right shoulder.
Seems a bit ominous because, like you were saying, didn't seem like there's much contact there.
Maybe it's Wilhelm Tanner in the comments saying Axel, CDM, Marcus at 10. Maybe Axel coming in midfield.
Really, you think? I mean, I think that I think myself that knowing how much Tellez likes to get forward, and knowing that Brandon Williams is quite a mobile wing back. Well, we'll have to see. Oh no, hang about. It does look like there's 3 at the back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. I mean...
Yeah, that looks like 3. That looks like a 3 at the back for me.
Yeah, it does. Tuanzebe on the right, Lindelof on the left, Bailly in the middle.
So that's
Yeah, it does, to be fair.
And then it's Brandon on one side and Tellers on the other side.
Yeah.
So it's 5 at the back, like you said, Freddie. And I guess Rashford's playing at maybe number 10.
He's on this left-hand side at a minute.
Yeah. So it's like a 5-2-3. Fuck knows. But interesting
free
one.
kick?
I'm a little bit surprised at that. We've still got 2 subs left, but you know, I guess Wan-Bissaka's getting a rest, which is good because I think he could do with one. Just not because he seems like he's tired, but he plays pretty much every game, doesn't he? So I think he could do with the rest. We've got a long range free kick.
Is Marcus going to have a dig from here, do you reckon?
Might as well.
We're talking about 40 yards out.
He's a bit worried though. How well is his quads and hamstrings warmed up here? Because he's barely ran, and now he's going to be hitting the ball as hard as he possibly can from 30 yards
he's
out.
Going for it.
This is how you do it. This is how you pull a quad muscle. This is. If he pulls his leg here.
To be fair, Real Sociedad have also taken off
Marcus.
Oh, that wasn't far off.
Whisker wide, that.
Decent effort, that, to be fair.
To be fair, Real Sociedad have also taken off the lad who missed the penalty and the lad whose name is like 20 leftover pieces in Scrabble, like Ozzy or Aaron.
Oh, Lazio Bal.
And Alexander Isaac as well.
So they've given up.
So they've given up.
Yeah. Interesting. I mean, it's not surprising. I wouldn't say that they've taken some of the best players off, but...
Do you ever think with some games sometimes that there should be a thing where the referee just goes around at half-time and goes, should we just say this is it?
Yeah.
And then everyone just
We'll
gets
call
out
it.
45 minutes earlier. Yeah.
We'll say it was 90 minutes.
Should we just do you know what I mean?
Scrap
You know that
this
with
one.
tennis, sometimes you watch tennis and it's like, oh, he beat him 6-1, 6-0, 6-0.
Yeah.
After like the second 6-0, just be like, should we just fuck this last set off? You're shit.
It's
I'm
meant
so
to be
much better
3.
than you.
Yeah. And I wouldn't mind being able to get home an hour earlier, to be honest.
Yeah, we'll beat the traffic.
Yeah.
Is this one of them, right, if you were there? What time are you leaving, Freddie?
What, sorry?
If you're at the ground now.
Oh, my God. Right, so
Be honest.
Here's a fucking thing
Right.
for you, right? So I used to watch Preston North End with my granddad every Saturday.
Right, okay.
And my granddad really wanted me to grow up a Preston North End fan.
Yeah.
But I wanted to watch good football.
Okay.
So he used to take me on. And my granddad is a very old man. Shocker.
Even
Always at the bar?
Real Sociedad, that even at the time?
Yeah, even at the time.
He's got older since, presumably.
Yeah.
So he was really old then.
He's
Now
super old now.
Right, okay.
He's like, anyway, right?
Sorry.
He would leave at 80 minutes.
80?
Filthy. Absolutely
dirty,
filthy.
that, innit?
That's a
But
lot.
He'd go, come on then, right, let's go. It's like,
Come on then.
It's like you've
Off
missed,
we go.
You've missed a ninth of the game.
Yeah. And also,
what the hell is
what
the
league
matter
were-
with
what
you?
league
Were you there
Preston
when
at the time?
was David Beckham on loan now? You know, when that
I
was
watched
happening?
when David Beckham was on loan. I
Yeah.
watched. Do you know the best player that I saw for North End on loan? It wasn't David Beckham.
Danny
it was,
Welbeck?
No, it wasn't Danny Welbeck, and it certainly wasn't Josh King, who was fucking shite. And that was the era when Darren Ferguson was in charge of Preston North End.
Yeah.
And Alex went, "Do you fancy all of our young players?" And we were bottom of the league at that time.
I remember that.
And when Darren Ferguson got sacked, they just took them all back.
I remember,
took
yeah.
them all back. Well, you're not having Josh King. Well, he was dog shit. at North End.
Really?
Anyway, best player that I saw at Preston, hands down, Andy Carroll.
He was brilliant
An
in his younger days, though, wasn't
18-year-old Andy Carroll on
Yeah.
loan, and my God, I looked
he? In
at
that
him,
league as well, he'd be stunning.
but as well, even at 18 years old, he was a massive, big battering ram of a lad.
Yeah.
But he was quick as well.
Really?
Do you know what he reminded me of? He had a playing style similar to what you'd see now at Dortmund with Erling Haaland.
Really?
Now, I can't believe that I've just compared Haaland to
about
Andy
to say,
Carroll.
I didn't
The
see that
League
one
Two,
coming.
Erling Haaland.
But it was Championship at the time.
Was it?
Yeah.
You know. Excuse me.
But yeah, when I go to Old Trafford, I stay for the whole thing. I don't give a shit if I get stuck in
Me
traffic.
too.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Because
I'd never left to go
As
there.
far as I'm concerned, I don't get to go every week. So when I do go, I'll maybe go 6-7 times a year. When I
Same.
go, I'm there for the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, I love it, and I like the crowd at the end. I like tutting and being annoyed that you get going over the bridge and it's taking
Oh mate,
20 minutes.
honestly, it's such a thing for me. that I hang around for 20 minutes and see if anyone wants help sweeping the stage. You know what I mean? Like, anyone want the help? Clean
I'll
it
get
up.
these bottles in for you, Doug.
Just clean up these. You're all right. You're welcome.
These weren't mine, by the way. These are these bloody idiots upstairs.
But I think if you go, I can understand why some people might go in the 85th minute or the 87th minute if it's a particularly bad game. But my lord, anything earlier than that, and I just think you want your ticket taken off you. I just think it's dodgy. Do you know what I mean?
You do the first 30 and then go, don't you?
Yeah, I have to get home and get settled.
Yeah.
Get curtains drawn.
He likes to watch the last half hour at home.
Oh, yeah, at home.
Yeah, good lad. Leicester are losing 1-0, by the way, which would put them out as it stands because they drew their first leg 0-0, presumably.
I'm not being funny as well, but if you played, is it Slavia Prague?
It might well be.
Jesus Lord above.
Yeah, and Leicester have been really good this season.
Slavia Prague.
At home that they're losing 1-0, by the way, as well. They're not away for the second leg. I'm assuming it's the second leg because I think they're all second legs, aren't they?
Name any Slavia Prague player, past or present. Exactly. Yeah. What are you fucking
I'll
doing?
I'll go past, and I'll go.
Go on. What? Karol Poborski? Just give it a Czechoslovakian.
A rough guess. A rough chop. Yeah. I ain't got one.
No, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. What are they doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What the fuck are they doing?
What are you doing, Leicester? Playing against them?
What are you fucking
just
playing?
Saliva Prague.
People keep saying Souček in the chat.
Oh.
He used to play for Slavia Prague.
Oh, did he?
And now he's at West Ham, of course.
Do you know Thomas Souček, when he was a young player, he got released at 19. Everyone thought he was utter dog shit. He thought he'd run weird and stuff like that. And he used to train for like a third division Czechoslovakian club in between two fucking tower blocks and stuff. And he built his career literally from the very bottom of football.
That's good. And he's been really good for West Ham this year, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Do you know what? You just reminded
nice.
me, when I was a reporter, I used to cover Lancashire and Preston. And there was this story going around that when David Moyes was there. What are you laughing at?
This story going around is usually like the best types of stories when you're at school.
When David
There's
Moyes
this
was
rumour
there,
going around.
You know, I remember reporters chatting about it, that he sent one of his scouts. He told one of his scouts, they got an injury up front. They were short of strikers. And he said, there's a young French lad I want you to go and look at. You might have to go and look at him. And then it was like the scout was waiting, like, yeah, I'm ready to go, let me know. And it transpired that one of the strikers sort of passed the fitness test. They didn't bother. So he's like, which player was it? And it's like this lad called Drogba.
Wow.
So, because Drogba, if you remember him, he didn't start at the very top. He was like lower league, wasn't he?
No, he
French.
didn't.
And apparently he was on Preston's radar. And Moyes was up for getting him. But then
I'll tell you what else about Didier Drogba as well. When he came over from Marseille, the first season that he played for Chelsea, he was fucking shit. He was dog shit. And everyone was like, who's this donkey that they've bought? And he was...
His goal scoring record in that... His Premier League goal scoring record, it's like he's got fewer goals than Lukaku and in the Premier League. Because if you look at Drogba's goal scoring record, it's like 8, 7, like a 15 or something, and then like 10... He was a big game player, wasn't he?
Well, he's scored in like 10 of 11 finals for Chelsea.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? And also, he was very good at bringing the likes of Arjen Robben and Joe Cole and Damien Duff in.
I think sometimes, though, you can, when you're looking back at a player's career, if you just look at it in terms of goals and assists, you miss the whole picture.
We were talking about this before. You don't know how old you are, Freddie, if you remember it. It's like Mark Hughes. If you look at Mark Hughes' goal scoring record, it's not like prolific, but he scored massive goals and stunning goals in big games. So, you know.
How old are you, Freddie?
I'm 32.
Oh, yeah. Right. Good age.
Thanks, mate.
It's a lovely time. What year is that? 1990?
No, 98. 88. 98. Sorry.
That's what you tell the dating apps, I'm sure.
Sorry, my mistake.
1998?
I thought we were in a chat room.
I thought we were on.
To be fair, you're only out by 10 years.
To be fair, yeah, and actually, even in that, I'm still like, 6 years older than Shola Shoretire?
Yeah.
Even with that mistake.
Jesus. Ooh, great touch. Greenwood with a lovely cut inside there.
Yeah, I mean, you look at some players like, for example, I think the classic examples of not judging just by goals and assists is Xavi and Iniesta, who between them don't have a large amount of goals or assists, but you cannot say that they are not two of the best.
Just ran Europe for 10 years.
Oh, yeah. They're two of the best centre midfielders of the last 30 years.
Yeah.
It's like when people try and look at Scholes in just terms of goals and assists, it doesn't say the full story.
Exactly.
Because, be part of a goal where he'd pay a
Exactly.
70-yard pass and then someone has the assist and goal.
And they go, oh well, Steven Gerrard got more goals and assists than Xavi. It's like,
shut up,
behave, be quiet,
go back to bed.
Xavi Alonso was better than Gerrard.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah,
100%.
I agree with that.
Sorry, Liverpool fans, that's some harsh truths.
For starters, we don't apologise to him on here. And secondly,
he was
you're right.
he was arguably the worst player in that midfield.
Yeah.
Mascherano was also better
He's an
than
animal,
Gerrard.
wasn't he?
Mascherano's sensational in his position.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought Alonso. I mean, do you remember when like Benitez pissed him off because he wanted to get Gareth Barrett? And
Yeah.
Talk about shooting yourself in the foot. Bloody hell. That's just the most bizarre managerial decision ever.
I wonder, we've got 2 subs left, so who are you bringing on and at what point?
I am bringing on Diallo and Shoretire for Martial and Greenwood, and I am doing it within the next... do you know what? I don't think now that you can make a sub before the 70th minute just in case there's an injury.
That's a fair point.
So I think you have to just wait for the last 15, 20 minutes and bring them on.
Although it's interesting that you say that. Quite a few comments just coming in that seemingly are ahead of us saying Diallo's coming on. So we may well see that quick. I'm surprised as well. He's made subs at half time and then some after 57 minutes.
There you go.
Holy
surprised,
shit.
But Diallo is coming
instructions.
Does this mean that we might pay attention to this game again?
I think we might.
Oh,
I think we
brilliant.
might well do.
Oh, Dan James.
Oh, it's Dan James is down.
Dan
That's
James
a
has
shame.
he's seen Diallo coming on and he's gone, right.
I'm actually...
I've hurt myself. Yeah, that's the only reason I'm getting subbed. I've hurt myself.
It's like when the girl says we need to talk and puts you in like a really nice restaurant or something.
And then you go, actually, it's over.
You're dumped first. I said it first. Excuse me, I'm your boss. We need to sit down and have a chat.
I quit. Yeah,
I quit.
I've had enough of this job.
You can't sack me. I quit.
That's what he's doing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with Dan James there.
Bless him.
He's squeezing the sides of his leg, like testing the sides of his leg. What do you think's going on there? It's like, do you know when you're doing like a beef Wellington or something? That's what they were giving it that old.
That's where he's going because he's got one in his sock and he's making his tea.
No, it's not. That's like the lowest level of sous vide as possible, isn't it? Just keeping a beef Wellington in your sock, heating it up with only body heat.
That's like
Slow
everybody chicken,
cooking
innit?
to the max.
Do you remember everybody chicken in the Champions League final?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Why?
What did he do with it?
He put it in his sock.
Oh,
because he had a fracture on his foot.
I thought you meant that.
No, not the one where he ate raw chicken. And he put like a chicken breast in his sock to protect his foot. And he said honestly, this is Google. I'm not making it up. And when Monaco played, who was it in the final?
Porto.
Thank you. And when he took it off, the chicken was like it had been cooked.
Really?
That's not true, though, is it? I tell you how I know that's not true. Is because chicken's body temperature is about the same as ours, and they're not cooked naturally.
That's what he said, right? I'm not saying that's what happened.
No,
that is what he said.
It's utter bullshit.
Right.
You can't cook a chicken breast at 37 degrees.
Listen, it's Patrice Everick.
I'm not saying you're telling a lie. I'm saying
he's exaggerating.
I think he was trying to get a HelloFresh
And do you know I know that's not true? Because when I used to work in bars, I put an egg in the dishwasher all night, 8-hour shift, every single wash, and it's meant to be like as hot as water as 100 degrees, whatever. Didn't even turn it remotely white, and that was in a dishwasher for 8 hours. A chicken breast on a boot for 90 minutes is not cooking it. That's not weird, Cam. Shut your mouth.
Also, if it was cooked, have you ever picked up a chicken breast that's just been cooked?
Yeah.
What do you do? You go like this. You go, ow.
Yeah.
You imagine that on your foot for 90 minutes. You go away with 3rd-degree burns. What the fuck is he talking about?
Well, admittedly, he did cook it with the same foot. I don't think the George Foreman touches the chicken.
I love you, Patrice Evra, but you're talking absolute bullshit. Going to try and open a KFC on your ankle. Shut up. Fucking nonsense.
I believe him. I don't care about the law of physics or whatever. I believe Patrice Evra.
AFC,
I stand with Pat.
Fucking ankle fried chicken. It's finger kicking good. I'm sorry.
That's enough. Finger kicking. Come on. Zachary Purvis said, I know it's against the Spanish team, but I'd always love to see Axel as a number 6. I think his passing ability and the pace to play as a lone 6. It's a lot of positional work, though, that position. And if you've not played there a lot, playing as a centre-back where you, generally speaking, you don't have to worry about what's behind you. I know you do sometimes, but generally, or playing as a fullback where you don't have to worry what's to the right of you. When you're playing as a central midfielder, you've got 360 degrees to worry about, and if you make a mistake, they're straight down on goal. I hope he plays well there, but it's a tough ask, isn't it, to tell someone to just be a defensive midfielder out of nowhere. Samuel says, if you slap a chicken at 3,725 miles per hour, it cooks it.
If you slap a chicken...
But when you say slap a chicken at 3,700 miles an hour, that's not a slap, is it? Because slaps don't go that fast. So I don't quite know what that means. Like, surely if you slap a chicken at 3,700 miles an hour, your hand also cooks.
Yeah.
Which is more my concern, I'll be honest.
But I love how he dropped that fact in like it was more convenient.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we've been wasting so much time.
Yeah, all you have to do is just fucking slap it at 3,500 miles an hour.
Who worked that out?
Someone with very quick hands. I'm not sure. Corner to United. Rashford and Matic with a nice bit of interplay. Rashford plays it across and Matic plays it across and Tony Marshall just can't get to the ball before the defender does.
He's done nothing again, hasn't he?
Tony Marshall.
He has done nothing.
It's not been his best. I mean, he's not had a lot of service to being kind, but it's not been his best
But
game.
he doesn't help himself. He doesn't run into the channels. He doesn't seem to want...
Whoa! Oh, hello. Tell us. Axel Tuanzebe with a bullet of a header there.
Yes,
if you hit a chicken breast with that fucking ball, it would have cooked it. 3,700 miles an hour straight into the back of the net.
Took someone out as well when he scored that one.
That's a brilliant header.
Yes, good lad.
Wow,
that bloke's head is fried. he's gonna stand up and there's gonna be juices running clear. That's how you know he's done.
Yeah, put a knife in him, pull it out.
Yeah,
no residue. He's cooked.
I'm pleased for Tuanzebe. He's had a lot of shit off some right muppets.
Has it?
Over
the
last month or so. Not that he has to score a goal to prove anything or anything, but
that's a beautiful header.
Good for him as well.
And do you know what as well? He just out-muscled a player
he has
who
to
was
fight
all
for
over
it.
him.
Yeah,
all over him.
It's not. I wouldn't say
Look at
that's a
this.
free header by any means.
Number 36 is just completely all over him.
Yeah,
strong there.
Does
Bullet
really
header.
well.
Does really well. Harry Maguire can maybe learn a lesson from that there. Bullet header.
Fucking hell, yeah, that's really good. Really good.
He
fights one guy off and then beats another guy to the jump.
Yeah,
sensational. Really good. Samuel says, "Oi, if a chicken slaps your hand at 3,000 mile an hour, you go to A&E. Happy now, Joe?" Yeah, I'm happy.
What are
with
they checking the goal for?
Pushing and pulling on the shirts.
For what, him getting fouled and still scoring? Fucking joke.
He's going to review it.
What, they check every goal like this?
If they take it away, then
For
that is
what?
absolute bullshit.
What would they rule it out for? They were both holding on to each other, weren't
Exactly.
they? They ran.
It was at best 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Where really he was.
Oh, is it the Lindelof thing?
Bloody hell! How high is Lindelof? Oh,
Yeah, that's a definite foul.
That's not just a foul.
That's
physical assault.
Perhaps even a red
Lindelof
card.
flying knees someone
Yeah.
across the face. That might be a red card, ladies and gentlemen.
I feel sorry for Axel Tuanzebe because
too.
he's got a very good goal, but
that's one of the worst fouls I've ever seen.
Needs someone in the head en route to that goal.
He's got disallowed because of Kung Fu Panda at centre back. What the
Is he given?
fuck?
It's a yellow for Lindelof, and you know what? Quite right too.
Do you know what? It's horrific.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely
really bad.
Horrific.
Yeah.
We just assumed that dude was lying on the floor because he was just in
Scared.
awe of how powerful Tuanzebe was.
I love the fact that Lindelof's going, for what? When he just needs someone in the head and nearly knocks him out.
Mate, it was crouching tiger, hidden
Yeah.
dragon shit.
Yeah.
That was one. And he's going, for what? You having a laugh? Mate, I only just need him in the head.
He
Get
just
a
said
grip.
fucking hell then as he left.
I
He just
know.
went fucking hell.
You
It's
can't
like-
need people in the head. The game's gone.
Game's gone, isn't it?
Also, how the hell does Lindelof jump that high?
Why can't he jump that high when he's like heading the ball in our box? He just gets turned over all the time. And yet when it's to physically assault someone at the other end of the pitch, more than capable of it.
That's a very good point.
Not known for his aerial
And
prowess,
Januzaj
is he?
coming off. Seen that a few times, haven't we, at Old Trafford?
Yeah. That's a shame, isn't it? That's a shame that goal got ruled out. I mean, unfortunately, you have to say fair enough because he just jumping.
I don't
flying
think that's
knee
one of
to
the ones
side
you
of
can
the head.
argue about too much.
Yeah, I think even the most biased United fan
I mean,
would be
saying
like,
that,
yeah.
social media is probably awash now with people going, that's a disgrace. I can't believe he's disallowed that. Come on.
No, he's not actually affecting play.
Yeah. But...
Oh, Shortime's the only United player warming up.
Wow, there's a stat for you. Tell you what, when you look back at his
Marcus
career,
is having a go at him as well. Marcus is having a go at the ref
You know
about
what?
that decision.
You can say what you want about Shortire, but he's the only one warming up out
Hey.
there. That's the dedication that this lad has. Yeah, we've got one substitute left, haven't we? If we need to use it.
Why does Ole look like he shat himself?
He looks upset.
He looks like he's just...
He'll want to win as well. I want it tonight on the night.
He shouldn't be asked. He shouldn't be asked at all. To be honest with you, I think practicality before pride.
No, I mean, not saying that. It's not like the mutual exclusive, though. You can still like be practical and want to win and expect to win from this team, because Sociedad had a shite.
For me, I would much rather United get beat and come through this with no injuries than United win 10-0 and put in the performance that everyone's talking about and Fernandes get injured.
Yeah, me too. All that matters is going through in this tournament.
Let's be fair, as United fans, how much do you give a fuck about the Europa League on a scale of 1 to 10?
6.
Really?
Yeah.
That much?
A bit.
Oh, effort. It's more like it.
I do care about it a bit, yeah.
Is that a save?
I think so.
I thought that was a save when I saw it.
How much do you care about the Europa League?
I want to win it.
Do you?
Yeah,
but
really
how
do.
much out of 10?
10 being how hard you'd fight to save your kids in a burning building.
Oh, right, okay. Well, 8.
Really?
That is a lot. That's a lot.
Mate, I'm not being funny. We're not going to win the league. We've got 2 trophies on the table. Let's not just write one of them off.
Yeah, that's true. But
do you know what I mean?
But people in the comments,
we're going to be sat in
8, 6, 3, 5.5, 5, probably 4 or 5. 5 seems to be the median.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. The thing is, and I said this last week as well, when we absolutely destroyed them 4-0, it was bittersweet for me because I looked at it and I saw a Champions League team in the Europa League. That's what I look at when I see this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not... Basically, in terms of trophies, you've got this in the FA Cup. So I'd rather win the FA Cup, but then this has been my second choice. So it's not like I've got, if we were in the Champions League and, obviously we won't be in the Europa League, but if we were in the league and we had a great chance of winning it, then I'd be like, I won't give a shit about this, but we're not going to win the league, really.
Let's be fair.
Come on.
I mean, people will talk about the draw against Everton, the loss against Sheffield United and stuff like that. I think personally that our league hopes started to fade when we drew with Liverpool. I think that was the turning point when instead of going for broke, we kind of consolidated on what we had. And I thought if we'd have been a bit braver, I think that, for me, I just look at that as the turning point.
The hard thing is, though, no matter how well we've done in the last few weeks, what City's doing at the minute
that's the thing.
has never been done before.
They're winning every fucking game.
Yeah, 19 in a row
and
is
the
mad.
thing is as well,
but I know what you mean.
They go out and spend £200 million on centre-backs and it's like,
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with that, isn't it? Tarash Bhatia says, I'd love for us to win the Europa League. The league will be difficult to win. It's another European trophy. Why would you not take it seriously?
Because it's the Europa League. The whole point of the Europa League is it's for the teams that aren't good enough for the Champions League, but just so that you have something. That's what it is. It's the B team competition.
And can you wait for the C team competition next year, the Europa League Conference? Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah.
Everyone's
that's not a joke.
The
Europa Conference.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I think it's next year. If it's not next year, it's the year after. It's the next thing.
Oh,
so
wow.
the team that finishes 3rd in the Europa League groups goes down to the Europa Conference.
Oh,
so
dear
imagine a world where United fail to finish 4th this season, go in the Europa League, then fail to qualify from their group. Let's say we've got Ajax and Inter Milan in there. End up in the Europa Conference.
Dude, what the fuck is the point in that?
Well,
who the hell thinks that they're going to get up at fucking 3 a.m. on a Monday morning to watch Helsingborgs versus Malmo?
The thing is, though,
Do
you
know what
can't
I mean?
even name Europa Conference teams because if you're naming them, they're Europa League teams.
It's fucking unbelievable.
You can't even name teams bad enough. It's literally so Charlton can play in, Istanbul once a year. Fantastic. I love it.
It's so fucking point. It's such a money grab. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, clearly a money grab. But I mean, some of these teams, like the bigger teams that end up in it, like let's say Tottenham, who may well, you're not in the Premier League. It's a
that's a beautiful,
relatively
pass.
competitive top 6.
That's a beautiful cut.
You could end in the Europa Conference and be Chelsea, or honestly, we finished 7th before Man United.
Yeah.
Imagine. Yeah. Fucking hell, that'd be just so traumatic, wouldn't it?
The reason that I don't really have a dog in the fight with the Europa League, so to speak, is because I genuinely feel like as a team we're better. Oh, yes!
Ball.
Oh, unlucky. I genuinely feel like as a team we're better than this. Like, I know that sounds really snobby, but
hoity-toity.
It does look a bit hoity-toity, but you look at yesterday and your likes of Lazio and Borussia Mönchengladbach and even Leipzig, to be honest with you. These are teams that I'm looking at and I just feel like United are a better team. And Atalanta is another one. I feel like we're better teams than these. And so to not be in that competition, to be in this one, it's very bittersweet for me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, who gives a fuck, we shouldn't even pay it any attention. But I'm 4 or 5 out of 10 on Europa League. If we win it, great. If we get knocked out by Shakhtar Donetsk or whatever, I'm not going to cry as long as we get top 4 and we make a serious push for the FA Cup. Because those are trophies that I care more about.
I think for the first time as well, we're so much closer to actually being able to challenge for those bigger trophies. Like in the past, part of me has thought, I want to get top 4, but we're not going to win the Champions League. Like 3 or 4 years ago, I felt we were nowhere near good enough to win the Champions League, and obviously that showed. But I think we are maybe only 18 months away from being. I don't think we would be the favourites by any means, but I think if a couple of good transfers this window, we might be able to win the Champions League next season.
If United signed Haaland and a great centre back, you would look at them as potentials for the Champions League.
Yeah, like in the way that Chelsea won it before and
totally.
Liverpool.
Look at the Scousers when they got to the final. They finished below us in the league.
Yeah.
And then got to a final, lost it. The next season they got to a final and won it. There was progress then. You think about where we're at now. When Tottenham, when Liverpool were finishing 5th, 6th.
Yeah, Tottenham were in the Champions League final 2 years ago.
Exactly. The Scousers in 2005 finished 5th in the league and won it.
Yeah.
Chelsea, like you just said, finished 6th and won it. I mean, you're not that far away. And I think once you're in it, you've got a chance. And to be honest with you, it's still frustrating the way we went out this season, losing to Istanbul and PSG at home.
It's a very tough lesson to take, that, isn't it? Because we did 90% of the work
in the first 2 games.
In the first 2 games.
Fucking ridiculous.
Beat PSG, demolished Leipzig. And then 2 ridiculous, just the ridiculous.
And the chances we missed against PSG at home as well. The Cavani one, the Martial missed 2.
Yeah, and do you know what else as well is what really pissed me off is in the final game going in with Leipzig, and this is a team that we had thrashed 5-0. We took that game plan and we just threw it out the window and we went, we're going to go dead defensive. Yeah. Now, within 15 minutes, we were 2-0 down, and it took till half time for us to make changes and to react to the situation. And it was just not good enough.
No.
It was just not good enough.
It was horrible, wasn't it? Tarash, again with the super chat, says, but we're in it because we're not good enough for the Champions League, as annoying as that is. Stockholm was one of the greatest nights of my life. I'd take that again. I'd take
Stockholm was one of the greatest nights of my life as well. I agree with what you're saying now.
Sajal Mendirata, a second place in the league, Europa League and FA Cup is the best we can do, and that would be undoubtedly the best season we've had since 2013. Yeah, I mean, I think we'd all take that, wouldn't we? Second in the league, FA Cup and Europa League.
Oh, of course.
Comfortably.
If you get those 3 things, then you're looking and going, that's a good season.
Yeah.
But realistically, if the Europa League doesn't come off, how arsed are you? How bothered are you?
It's not the end of the world, is it?
It's not the end of the world. If you could take winning the Europa League or winning the FA Cup, I think everyone would choose winning the FA Cup.
I'm not being funny as well, but the FA Cup, and I am thinking like this. City are on for a fucking quadruple. They could win a lot. Do you know what I mean? So I'd want to stop that from happening for starters. I really would. Do you know what
Hopefully,
I mean?
the thing that's making me think they won't do that is they're not just going to win every game from now to the end of the season. They're not going to win 40 games in a row to close the year out. I can't see that that's possible. So hopefully their bad or their dip in form when it does come comes in those trophies.
What would you take? Winning the Europa League or top 4? Well, actually, winning the Europa League guarantees Champions League football, doesn't it? So,
but I suppose you can pick what you prefer.
The thing is, though, right? If we drop out of the top 4, this is always the argument. That means week in, week out, which is your bread and butter of the league, your form's gone out the window and you're not doing very well. Whereas when once a month,
although we don't actually have to be that bad between now and the end of the season to not be in top 4. Because it's like 4 points in it or something ridiculous. I think it's a bit more. It's like 7 points now.
It's still,
But Short Eye's coming on. The Sure T Ray's coming on.
You have to also as well factor in that perhaps West Ham are going to not keep up their form. Because West Ham right now are in a position that's taken everybody by surprise.
Yeah.
So if West Ham
kind of like Sheffield United last season.
Yeah, and this season. But if West Ham drop and Chelsea take their place, or Liverpool take their place. I think that's the fight.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I also think Leicester as well are massively outperforming expectations.
Yeah, definitely. Although they kind of did this last year, didn't they? And then just dropped off at the last second.
They were unlucky as well, weren't they, with injuries last season, Leicester.
Yeah.
They lost Maddison for ages and lost a few others, and it was just I think they lost half the midfield at one point.
Do you know what I think is really interesting about Leicester? Is they rely still so much on Jamie Vardy, and he's like 35.
I know, it's mad, isn't it? But it's so hard to find strikers of that quality, though.
Yeah, well, this makes me wonder.
Oh, good tackle there.
Jamie Vardy hasn't... I mean,
how's he ended up with that?
If Jamie Vardy's got another season left in him, then that's incredible. At 36, going into 37, Jamie Vardy, like a striker who relies on pace and pressing.
Yeah.
It just seems incredible.
I think he probably will, though. Peter Kelly, winning the Europa League means you're in the top seed section in the Champions League draw for next season, so you'll end up in an easier group. There's a point.
But
Shoulder shutter, sure.
Yep.
Shoulder.
Shore-Ray.
Shore-Ray. I'm going to get that right. He's the youngest ever European appearance for United. Norman Whiteside's second.
But if we're seeded
Sorry,
in
I'm
the...
coughing.
If
I
we're,
ain't got I've had the vaccine, don't worry.
if we're seeded in the Champions...
They apply it on a finger. Just pop it straight in. Yeah. I got it done at Budgeon's. Really good. The guy at the back, he works there, but I think he's a doctor or his sister's a nurse or something.
Come in here and bend over.
If we're seeded in the Champions League, though, isn't the point with the Champions League that you kind of want to play the best teams?
Not in the group stage. In the knockouts, I like playing good teams. In the group stage, I want it to be fucking...
I'll be honest. In the group stage, I'd rather have shite and
Mönchengladbach.
Really?
Yeah, give me the Man City group.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
get through and then...
Fuck getting
we'll,
knocked out like we did this time.
We'll
at least if you... Because at least if you get out of the group...
Knockouts.
If you lose to Real Madrid in the first round of the knockouts, at least you don't have to worry about anything for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and then you also go, well, we lost to Real Madrid.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But you don't want a group where it's like Ajax, or like Dortmund and Juventus, and then United's like, fuck's sake. It's going to be really hard games. We can't rest anyone during that first part of the season where you want to establish yourself as a top team. After that, give me, what was it? Inter Milan, Juventus.
I always think with stuff like this, I've
that
never
99 run was unreal,
ridiculous.
I've never understood myself this mentality of I hope we get an easy draw, I hope we get easy this, I hope we get easy that.
I do.
I do.
I don't, because for me personally, it doesn't reach in the unless you win it, right? And if you're going to win it, you're going to have to beat the best teams.
Always unlucky there.
But for me, there's nothing. Oh, we reach the semi-finals.
No. Let someone else beat all the good teams. We'll beat Schalke. We'll beat who was it? We had that one year. It was Schalke in the semi-final.
Schalke in the semi-final. Where they had Neuer, didn't they?
Yeah, they had Neuer, and it was Darren Gibson and Anderson banging him in against Neuer.
Give me that, please. And then I will play, if possible, Wickham in the final. And they got there because of a charity scheme. And we win the Champions League that way. I don't care.
UEFA Fair Play Award.
Yeah. If we win it, I'd like to have beaten all the best teams in Europe.
Do you know,
in terms of chances,
do you know Ted and Mengi made his Derby County full debut against Wickham the other week, and by all accounts he was at right back and did a rather good job. And this is against Wickham, who are probably one of the Championship's most physical teams.
That's good.
Which is shorthand for saying they're fucking shit. But they put a lot of balls into the box.
Ballers.
Yeah.
Just firing at people.
They are the Wimbledon of the Championship. But apparently held his own and did very, very well, which is very cool. James Garner is ripping it up in the Championship as well for Forest.
Yeah. They're comparing him to Sergio Busquets, aren't they, the Forest fans?
Oh, they love it. Honestly, Forest fans, watch any time Forest play and watch them talk about Garner. They're saying he's one of the best midfielders that they've had at the club in years. They're raving about him.
I mean, I'm not saying that if he doesn't do that, then it's no good. But you'd kind of want to hear that, wouldn't you? Because if they're going, he's too good for this level, that's kind of what we want from him, isn't it? I suppose. By the way, Leicester are 2-0 down to Slavia Prague. That's done. They've got to get 3 goals now.
Wow.
Because they're at home. So they've got to get 3 goals in 10 minutes.
I mean, that's probably... I don't know. Does it matter? Is it bad news for us because they can focus more on the league? Do we,
Although you wouldn't really want to get Leicester in this either, would you? I mean, not like I'd be terrified of getting Leicester, but I'd rather get Slavia Prague than Leicester.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that they've just beaten.
Especially now we're not doing the aways.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Leicester away.
I would much rather have Leicester playing this and have them tired for the league.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's a good point. It's
I'd much rather have that
because now they've got fewer games, it's easier for a minute to focus on.
Alpha Omega says, sharp, refined men talking football gets me lightheaded. Go Paddock, up the effing Reds.
I love that.
Alpha Omega, a regular contributor to the channel.
Sharp, refined men.
Yeah. Sharp.
I like that.
Do you know what? He sounds like the sort of man, judging by that chat, that would benefit from 10% off at Taylor's Toys.
Or a lady, who knows? Could be a lady, could be a man.
Yes.
We don't know. We don't ask questions at this establishment. S_Grivy said, love the commentary. Cheers from Minnesota, US. Thank you very much for tuning in. I like it. It's all right on these sorts of games because we can have a bit more of a chat about the club as a whole, and rather than getting particularly stressed about this game. I mean, it's a 0-0 ball fest.
We've said
there's still 3,500 people watching
since the 5th minute, haven't we? It doesn't matter this game.
No,
it doesn't matter.
It's a good chat, and obviously we'll keep you updated if the ball does go in. I mean, I'd like to win the game in terms of Ollie's win percentage as a manager more than anything. Like, that's the only thing I can grab onto is like, I won't mind us winning because. But yeah, it's.
Do you reckon managers give a shit about that?
About what, sorry?
Win percentages and
Probably
stuff.
not.
I don't reckon they care at all.
I think they care about winning trophies.
Yeah,
and
trophies. That's what
not
people
getting sacked.
I tell you what, I bet the most boring part of a football club is the analytics department. Jesus Christ.
Bet they're good lads there.
Can you imagine them lads on a night out?
Yeah.
Oh my God, your XGA has gone down by 7%.
Reminds me of someone I know.
Oh,
Stephen Howson. He's an XG wizard, that guy.
Yeah, he loves
I say
his
XG wizard. He just comes in and quotes Twitter.
Drunkenness, imagine him on
Yeah. This is very interesting because you, by all accounts, should be on the floor. But look at you. You're still standing taking shots.
Your SPH analysis is through the roof. Shots per hour.
You're outperforming your expected drunkenness by 2.5%. This is sensational. That would be good. I'd like that on a night out, actually. I've changed my mind.
Let's do a heat map of him on the dance floor.
Look at this. He's sticking to the left wing. That is classic Marcus Rashford.
And as you can see, what he's doing, he's circling around women and then trying to get into the group. Very clever.
Yeah.
That's what used to happen when nightclubs were a thing.
Oh, they don't exist. Do you know there's some... Shola Shoretire, he's so young, he was born after nightclubs had shut. That's sad, isn't it? I think that's what they said. 17 days old, is he?
Shola Shoretire was born during COVID.
He was.
He was born during COVID.
He's a COVID, but he's United's first ever COVID baby. Play for the team.
That is going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's going to happen in 15, 18 years when you look at he was born in April 2020.
All he knew for a year was hell.
Yeah.
Sad, isn't it?
Or when he was born in December 2020, you go, your mum and dad fucked first month of COVID.
COVID baby.
Yeah. My sister's pregnant.
Is she?
No. Tom Baxter, don't usually get to tune in to the Watchalong Lag, so cheers for some thoroughly entertaining pub chat over this snooze fest. Cheers, Tom. Samuel, don't be tight, guys and gals. Drop a like. Yeah, drop a like.
Well said.
I'd like to be born. I'd like to be born as a COVID baby. I'd like that. I wish that my birthday meant something from my conceived day.
Apparently September is the one. If you were born in September,
which everyone
is late September, because your mum and dad fucked at Christmas. That was your mum's Christmas present, was getting fucking rogered by your dad
or someone else.
I
suppose technically it would have to have been your dad, because that's how babies exist.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Interesting point there.
Well, maybe it was your dad's Christmas present.
Maybe it was.
What? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Interesting. When were you born, Jay?
January.
So what's that? 9 months before Jan. That's the 3rd. That's
Are we
March.
trying to work out
Easter? Oh, happy Easter.
I've not got you an egg, but
I've got you 10,000. When were you born, Frederick?
I've got you 10,000 eggs. Easter eggs?
No. Dean Henderson making a bit of a meal on that one, but it's all right.
When was I born? I was born July, beginning of July.
Okay, what's that? 7? It's just November, isn't it? Rubbish. Halloween.
Pathetic.
Happy Halloween, I guess.
Happy Halloween.
I don't like that. Henderson trying his best to spill it, but it was deflected in fairness to him. So
yeah, it's all right. There's no need for us.
Screaming at Alan Wan-Bissaka for it.
Yeah, good. I like that. I like goalies that just don't take any blame for anything. Any mistake that goes in, they turn and scream at someone.
Do you ever play 7-a-side or 5-a-side with somebody like that?
Yeah.
Who literally is the shittest player on the pitch and screams at everyone else?
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I don't know what you're looking at me for. If it wasn't for my vocal help, you'd have been in shambles.
Do you know what?
Sorry.
Can I tell a story about a 7-a-side team that I used to play for?
I was quite reserved when we played, thank you.
It's not libelous in any way, is it?
It's not libelous, but it is pretty rude.
Go on.
Go on then.
So I played 7-a-side for this team, and we were one of those teams that every week we didn't have enough players. Right? Do you know what I mean? Where it's one of those where you go,
fucking hell, Mark.
How do I not have 7 friends? Do you know what I mean? It was one of those teams, right? But what used to happen is at the place that we played,
6
there
friends,
was an adult who
Thank
had.
Wait, was the rest of it children?
No.
Oh, there was one adult who kept turning up.
There was an adult who had learning difficulties who would turn up every week in a full kit, right? And he'd hang around for a game. Right, and so what we would do is occasionally we'd just give him a game because we'd have less players, right? And when he would play, he would fucking scream at me for being shit, and it was like,
God, you've got to know your level.
And it was like, mate, I'm not being funny, but we're helping you out. Can you not be so fucking horrible with me?
See,
but he would scream at me. He turned around at me right in my face once and went, "You're fucking shit."
Are you better than him?
Yes. Oh, yeah, I was better than him. Yeah.
See, and funnily enough, Cam down the mic just said, that's what we do to Joe. You know that in that instance, that would make you the one with learning difficulties, don't you? Because he's the one who does the screaming.
Did he have learning difficulties, or was it just you weren't very good at football?
No, he had learning difficulties, definitely.
Good guy, though?
What, sorry?
Good guy, Will.
No, he used to shout at me.
So
and we paid his subs as well, the prick.
Well, if you didn't
fucking paid $4.50 for some fucking
Nah,
thing to
leave it
scream
there.
at me.
John Guerrero, do you think Tony's gone after this year?
I don't. I think his career at United is still salvageable.
Problem. Who's bidding for him?
Leon.
You think? And Leon,
I don't know. It's a guess.
And Leon are going to drop 50 million quid
Probably
on him,
not.
are they? Who can afford to pay 50 million plus, which is what he should be going for, that would buy this player?
Maybe I don't know. Would someone in Italy have him? Come in?
Inter,
maybe.
But Inter just seemed to be the easy, like,
Yeah.
we can sell any
They're
fucking old
They're the
shit to
China
them.
of Italy, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't exactly know what Inter's buying
nearly
model
knocks
is.
him out
It?
now.
Good lad, surety, right? He looks so young.
Yeah, he's crazy young.
Oh dear.
Teller's dispossessed.
Go on,
Rashford
lads.
stepping across nicely. PSG, people are saying.
Maybe
PSG.
if Mbappe as well goes on.
But the thing is,
Moves
though,
on
to Liverpool.
is
God, don't.
if you look at that team, Mbappe, Neymar, Di Maria. Also, they've got Icardi. Also, they're going to want to. Actually, they're going to want to keep Moise Keane because he's been playing so
good.
well. They're not going to want to bring in Martial
Unless they have to sell one or both of Neymar and Mbappe, who've both been rumoured to leave for ages. But I don't know where Neymar's going to go. People say Barcelona, but they've got no money.
I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? As well as the thing with Martial is his star probably shines brighter in France than it does over here. I mean,
Yeah, true.
Do you know what I mean?
That
He's
is
still
true.
revered, isn't he, in France?
But I'll tell you what, Barcelona are so skint that they are purposely not paying Philippe. They're not playing Philippe Coutinho because they don't want to pay his £5 million bonus.
That's mad.
That's
a
how
club like Barcelona.
They completely thought. Well, it's not a surprise though, is it? Because they spent 130 on Coutinho, 120 on Dembele, 110 on or more on Griezmann. Like they've spent close to 400 million quid there.
But then,
that's not won them anything.
But then
really.
you also forget about the absolute fucking nonsense that was 40 million on fucking Paulinho.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And shit like that. Just random fucking players that
they're so weird.
It's so mismanaged over there. Isn't it?
Just 65 million on Frankie de Jong, who I think is a good player, but I mean, you know, are you telling me there's nobody in Barca's academy? This Ricky Puig guy is meant to be great.
Ricky the Pig.
I
like him.
Ricky P.
People saying 50 million and Martial for Haaland. A few people suggested he might go there.
It's not going to happen for several reasons.
How do you convince Martial to make that move, and how do you convince?
That's what I mean.
How do you convince Dortmund to take him? Because the thing is Martial will want to play on the wing. He's not a number 9. Is he going to play?
But I think he wants to play at 9 though, doesn't he?
Is he going to?
I'd have thought he'd prefer. I think he prefers being the 9.
Well, he's got a funny way of showing it, hasn't he?
4-minute stoppage time. How have they come up with that number? By the way, there's been no injuries. There's been fuck all else happening.
There was a little VAR thing, wasn't there?
I think they went off how many pounds you added last week.
Very good. Very nice. So then something equally searing and witty right back at you. So if you could be offended.
There you go. Oh, he's done you there. Yeah. He's proper done you
if
there.
Anything, the thing I said was better.
Yeah.
Need to apply some cold water to that burn.
Unlucky.
Fuck me.
Sudocrem, please, for the victim.
Something equally searing.
Yeah, Darren McKenna with the super chat says, top watch along as usual, boys. Love it. Keep it up.
Thank
Cheers.
you, Darren.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, there's a big game on Sunday as well. We've got the Chelsea match, which is massive.
The
because Chelsea don't lose anymore since they got Tummy Tickler in. And now we've got to fucking beat them as well. Why couldn't we play them when they were shit? It does my head in this.
Although I do like you calling him Tommy Tickle. It makes him sound like the funnest sex offender there ever was.
Yeah,
Tommy Tickle!
He don't look that fun though, does he? I like to think
I didn't even think he was that amazing as a manager, but he's certainly at the ground running there.
To be honest, throwing this out there, who's he beaten as a Chelsea manager? Who's he beaten?
No one, not yet, but he's...
Wow.
They've won. They've not dropped a game. He beat
sorry?
Atletico.
He beat Atletico.
Which is pretty decent.
Fair enough.
Away.
Away when they had 6 at the back or whatever. Yeah. He's beaten Newcastle in the league. He's drawn to Southampton.
Oh, but what a draw. What a stunningly tactical draw it was.
But I mean, I think it's a little bit early to start heralding him as the second coming of Jesus.
Yeah.
And bear in mind, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has already got the better of him twice in the 3 times that they've played.
That's lovely to think about, isn't it?
So, do you know what I mean? I think there's cause for optimism. I think a big thing will be whether or not McTominay's back.
Yeah.
I think that might decide the game.
Well, I reckon the fact that we played Fred and Matic tonight suggests to me that he will be. Although Fred did come off at half time, so maybe he won't be. But I can't imagine Matic playing 3 games in a week.
No,
totally.
I can't either.
There's just I think there needs to be dynamism in the centre of the pitch, and we get that with McFred, and we don't get that with any other combination.
I like McFred. I think they're underrated. Mike Smalling says it's 100% face to knee. The game's gone, lads. I think they're talking about the goal.
I like that.
It was. Is there a conversation to be had about it being face to knee? I think that's a very good point.
I think he's right. I think he's not.
Of course I'm joking.
Jesus.
Is there a conversation to be had about it being face to knee?
Oh,
you think I'd say that? Pranav Gulati.
I genuinely did. I fell for that.
Pranav Gulati with the super chat said, nice to get 0-0. Nice to get in the 0-0 groove before the Chelsea game. Get ready for a snooze fest.
Oh, not a bad shout, that, son.
Yeah. It's weird that Chelsea fans are all going on about
Dean Henderson there.
Well,
good call.
Yeah. Atletico Madrid sitting back and stuff. They've played very defensively under Tuchel, and he notoriously plays defensively. So it's not like they're going to be fucking, I don't even know, Ajax in the 70s. Chip ball in, and a good claim from Henderson there, wasn't it? And he followed it up with a nice little scream when he landed as well.
Also, I think as well, Diego Simeone and everything that he's done has earned him the right to play however the fuck he wants at Atletico. Because he's taken Atletico from nothing to top of La Liga.
Yeah.
And
he won it 5 years ago as well, didn't he?
Yeah, and regular European contenders. Yeah. Didn't he win Champions League with them?
No, 2 Champions League finals.
Oh, yeah.
To Real Madrid.
They've gone from being just, any one of Valencia or whoever
Sevilla.
else, Sevilla, they sort of mixed it up of who's going to finish
Villarreal every once in a while.
Yeah, and they've gone from being that to being one of the standout teams in Europe consistently for nearly a decade.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the thing is as well, is Atletico Madrid are the one that I think no team wants to face.
Yeah, definitely. Right, that's full time, 0-0. Manchester United go through on aggregate 4-0. We'll be back for the review. Me and Jay will be looking at the game. We'll be looking at the tie, and we'll be looking forward as well to the next round and what exactly the Europa League means, because obviously there's not too much to dissect from this game, but we will be looking at plenty of things in the review. That is pinned in the comments, so click on that. Come join us. We'll be over there in just a few minutes for the review. Before we go, Lewis Sartin says Masvidal or Lindelof, very similar to Masvidal versus Ben Askren. If any of you haven't seen that, it's a famous, I think, 3-second flying knee knockout in the MMA.
Oh, it's when he just runs up and knees him in the face.
That's the one.
And he was working on it during training.
Yeah, classic
and he
fighters.
was like, I'm going to knee him in the face.
Yeah. And he did.
Pretty well.
Me and Jay will be back for the review in just a minute. Thank you for coming on, Jay. Thank you. Very much to Freddie.
Thanks for having me.
Very much a fan favourite. We'll be getting you back on when you're available. We love having you on.
Thanks for having me, and feel free to follow my own YouTube channel,
Yeah.
youtube.com/Freddy Quinne Comedy.
Freddie Quinne Comedy on YouTube. And check out Freddie on TikTok as well.
Yeah, I'm on TikTok like a 13-year-old girl.
Only better.
Only with bigger breasts. At Freddy Quinne.
At Freddy Quinne on TikTok, at Freddy Quinne Comedy on YouTube as well. Thank you very much for joining us.
Nice one,
like I
Freddie.
said, we'll be back in just a few moments for the review. So check us out. Man United have beaten Real Sociedad, albeit only on aggregate 0-0 tonight. We'll see you in a bit.